If I come up with the next team, we're calling it the NA team. We're
The
putting
NA
NA on the
team.
map. We're putting NA on the map.
There we go. We got to do it. I believe.
So what would be the success rate of the NA team?
0%. It would look really cool and really flashy. It would be the most expensive pay-to-win team in the entire world, and it would still fail every single run.
Yeah, aloha everybody. Welcome back to another podcast. Today, it's another week. It's another team. It's another crew. We got Faraz here back again. We got Tyler, What's Love. We got Lucky, and we got Thompson. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, what's new? What's popping? Anything interesting to share today, Thompson? Yeah, before we start everything off.
Man, I've been playing with some of the new units. They're so fun.
Okay, perfect. I'm actually excited to talk about that. Yeah, I think last week's podcast we briefly discussed some of the units and our thoughts on it, but it was still kind of fresh, you know, so not as many things were tested out yet. So I'm sure this week we'll have a little bit more information. And you were missed last week, so welcome back. It's good to have you back on the podcast.
Glad to be back.
All right, let's go ahead and get... Oh, go ahead.
I have something to share before we start the podcast.
Absolutely not. We're moving into the podcast. Okay, here we go. Topic number... No, I'm just kidding. Wait, what?
You pulled Tyrannies?
Grats Tyrannus. No,
oh, wait, yeah, Valantis? Oh, okay.
It is a Tyrannus, but I pulled one.
Oh, grats!
I didn't even use my win scrolls to get it. This is the first time I can make Brian salty.
Was it a choice or was it just...
No, it wasn't. I skipped it actually. I didn't even see it, and then I was like, wait, was that a Tyrannus? And I went back and it was. I was stoked.
Do you even use win scrolls? Oh.
No, I still have my two. So I had 265.
Oh.
And I have 246 left.
Oh. Okay. All right. Moving into the podcast here and things that actually really matter. Topic number one. Fuck you, guy. Topic number one. Yeah, is Street Fighter collab is ongoing. Now, this is probably a question you guys probably have heard and kind of seen a little bit, but Street Fighter collab's going on. I wanted to start off the podcast with something light and kind of fun, right? What collabs would you want to see in the future? Like any kind of collaboration that you would expect. And what do you think about this collab, right? You can talk about the Street Fighter collab, what you think about it, what you liked about it, what could be different, and other types of collabs that you'd like to see added into the game as well in the future. Anybody from any of your childhood games or memories or animes that you think would be nice in Summoners War. Go ahead.
Devil May Cry.
What is that?
DMC? DMC. Okay, so the reason I say DMC is because DMC is owned by Capcom, and Capcom owns Street Fighter. So like that's actually a possibility.
I see. Does it give everybody a Tyrannus if that's the collab? No.
It's not an LD though, right, Brian?
Yeah, true.
Who needs LDs when you have Beast Riders and a Tyrannus?
Yeah, this man pulled like a crap ton of stuff in the last like 30 days, man. It's been crazy.
Who's this man?
I pulled 6 new Nat 5s without a dupe.
Grats! Did you get your LD yet?
No, not yet. Getting there, but I mean, I got a Savannah, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I did. I'm at to 612.
You might just have all the elemental luck, bro.
True.
Yep. Although, to be honest, though, the Savannah kind of fills that role where it's like I just needed like one more really strong unit, and Savannah is really good at that.
Yeah. Don't you just hate it when you like pick Savannah a little too early and they go like Verd Leo? You're like, oh my god, I fucked up again.
Actually,
it's so hard not to pick her early though.
I actually love when people pick Verd Leo against me because I have like half my account dedicated to countering Leo.
No, I understand, but then like even if you pivot, it's still Verd and Leo there, you know?
It's
like,
annoying. So like I have to ban the Verd. It's like
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the question about collaboration. Something that I think Contos is going to do moving forward is that because, you know, I understand that, you know, with an IP or working with another IP, it's like very difficult, you know what I mean? Like trying to get all the information, right? And settling everything and getting everything done. So now that I feel that they've worked with, with like Street Fighter and, you know, bringing in those characters, I think they're going to do it again. Like at the very least, I think they're going to do it again next year and bring in other characters, you know, that we didn't see this time around because they have so many characters that are nostalgic. So they could easily just bring it back around. But any other collaborations or anything else that you would like to see in the game? I'm actually curious.
For me, I personally would like them to do like a collab with Square Enix. Something with we've been to like the America Cups branch, and there's like it's like the Comtuos office, and the Square Enix office is right on top of the Comtuos building. So it's it'll be cool if they do like some type of maybe Final Fantasy or other type of Square Enix game.
If we got a Square Enix collab, it would be Nier. I guarantee you, it would be Nier because they use the Nier IP to collab with everything that exists.
I mean, like it'll be cool if we have some type of like chocobo or whatever on the in the game.
Oh, but we have a mount that I always call it the chocobo, but it's not really
a chocobo, right?
Yeah.
And then I know there's a lot of Cloud fans out there, you know, and RPG fans out there, and it's kind of nostalgic, you know.
Yeah, I would kill for a Cloud. I mean, I feel like if they gave out Cloud, it would be the free character that would be in the collab. You know what I mean? Because they want to, you know, kind of give something.
Squall, yeah, Squall. Oh,
man,
that is badass guy. Also,
that's a good
one more collab. So one is Square Enix 2. It's probably pretty cliche, but I would love if they do a collab with Marvel. Yeah, that's all.
True.
Like the
I'm
superheroes.
pretty sure like Comtos would have to pay Marvel to get the collab rather than like Marvel wants to collab. You know what I mean?
But Fira's like Marvel collabs with everybody. They're like a slut.
Are they actually?
Yeah,
They do. There's a lot of Marvel.
they collab with everything, man. They collab with Twix. They collab with like candy and from like Legos, whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's the
Wheels.
same. That's the same in every collab, though, isn't it? For us, like I'm sure right now, like people don't realize, but I'm pretty sure Comtos is paying Street Fighter a ton of money to be able to do this. I'm
Is
pretty
it actually
certain.
that way? Or would it be? Because I feel like Capcom's been the weaker company recently,
Are they the weaker company?
and then they
No, I think
oh,
Capcom is a lot bigger than.
Yeah, it's
Then come to us.
usually those big
bigger.
IPs.
But like other than like Resident Evil games, I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil games. I don't see them.
Okay, so
What's the latest games they have out? That's like,
Capcom owns Mega Man, DMC, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Street Fighter, and a couple other like notable
Dang.
IPs.
Yeah.
But like Monster Hunter
Tyler
literally
can
just
say it out
dropped.
of his head. Nice.
Monster Hunter literally just dropped an expansion like 2 days ago.
It's crazy.
We're not testing you, Tyler. We know you have a lot of knowledge. God damn, Tyler.
Nerd.
Was that just off your head?
Nerd.
No, I looked this up when I was
Nerd.
talking. I was on an E7 podcast talking about collaboration stuff, so I was looking up all the different like overarching
nice.
companies that own different IPs and just seeing like what would be under like reasonable for each company. Like they did the Guilty Gear collab, which means they have a potential for like BlazBlue and stuff like that if they decide to stay within the same company reach.
True. What about you, Lucky? What kind of collaborations would you like to see?
If it was to be nostalgic, it'd either have to be like Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z. Because Street Fighter was like console, but if we had to go back to like a TV series, it'd have to be like Dragon Ball Z.
That's
First thing
true.
to watch every morning before school. That would have been cool.
That's true. I like that one. Yeah, DBZ would be cool. Pokemon's tougher though, isn't it? Like I feel like the Pokemon IP, they don't like to collab with a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like any Pokemon mobile game you see out there right now, they're like all fake. Like they're all like they're all can be shut down any second because they're all like infringements. To be honest.
It's because Nintendo hates everybody.
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
That's just how it
I was
is.
gonna say, you have a better chance with Dragon Ball Z. That would be cool to see. Like, imagine having Goku as a character.
Yeah.
Would it be kind of like overlapping if they just did a collab with like Ryu and Ken, and then all of a sudden they do a collab with like Dragon Ball Z? That's why I didn't say Dragon Ball Z, even though I'm a big fan. But it's like Hadouken, you know, Kamehameha, and they're all like they kind of look the same, dress the same, you know? Yeah.
Same but different, right?
Yeah, I guess Piccolo looks different, but Yamcha and everyone else looks the same.
That'd be pretty cool though. How about you,
That
Frost?
actually be.
Oh, go ahead, Tyler.
No, go ahead. Go to Frost. I want to hear what he's got to say first.
All right, Frost. What's a collab you want to see?
it's like Lucky said, Pokemon, but like that's the only thing that really comes to mind from like nostalgia, like games that majority of us used to play. If we're sticking to Capcom, I would like to see Resident Evil. It's very like doesn't fit at all really with Summoners War, but you can try to make it work.
Zombies
love
just
it.
out of nowhere, just like
Does have Wes in there. Wes, Chris, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, and what's his name? Leon.
Wesker,
Wesker. Haven't touched the Resident
the
Evil
chairman.
game. Yeah, that's right. And if he has like his what's it called, the parasite thing going on?
The Nemesis.
I can't remember the names. It's been years since I've been able to play anything.
yeah, that's tough though. Like
But
with go ahead.
But if they stay with Capcom, I would like to see Resident Evil.
I'd like to see Monster Hunter. I think they could build a world out of the Monster Hunter IP pretty
I don't
well.
even know what Monster Hunter is. Let me search it.
So what about you, Tyler? So you think Monster Hunter would be a nice fit?
there's always like the ones you want, and then there's the ones that are like, for me, it's the ones that are realistic versus the ones that I want. The ones that I want, I would want like, I would honestly rather have anime collabs because I think it would bring more people to the game. But like realistically, if they stay within the Capcom IP, I think that Monster Hunter probably fits the best. And then
Did you just say anime collabs?
Yeah.
Dude, I would love that, man. I've been like, it's quarantine. Don't call me like, don't say, keep your judgments to yourself. But dude, I've been watching some anime. It's so good.
Nerd.
Like,
nerd.
Whoa! I just said keep. Whoa!
I
Hello!
respect
Like
it.
I
I respect it.
preemptively, like I've been
Bro,
watching
I'm pretty sure.
Power of God. I've been watching Doctor Stone, and the other one. There's another one similar to Tower of God. Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
Honestly, like if you haven't watched a lot of anime, like your first time like delving into anime, if you find something you really like, it's like, wow, this world is kind of cool. There's a lot of cool shit here.
High School of God or something. God of High School. That
God of
one's
High
good
School,
too.
yeah.
Oh, I just watched it. Oh, yeah, I've been just staying at home a lot, I guess.
That's what you've been.
There's
up
a
to.
new one. There's a new one called Jujutsu something. That one's really good. All right, I'll stop. All right, I just say anime kind of got me. That would be really cool if they do an animation collab. But yeah,
Got him excited there. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing like an animation world of Summoners War stuff too. Like, you remember when we watched the Summoners War movie, or they made that little thing with Skylanders where they did like the cartoon animation
short
for it?
series
Like,
thing?
yeah, like I want them to like flush that world out really well. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to do more of that, but I don't know, COVID, or I don't know what excuse they have to not continue it. But it was good. Like I would have watched that. Like if they made episodes of that, I would have continued watching it. Like hands down.
Maybe they are working on episodes.
They're supposed to be. It's just they haven't released anything since then, and that's like over a year ago. You know, so it's like one episode a
just
year.
one more. If they did like a Demon Slayer and freaking Summoners War, oh, I'll be so all over it, man. But okay, all right, I'm done. Fine.
Nah, I agree. If they had some of those anime collabs, I think it would fit in nicely. I think out of all the ones that were kind of suggested here, I think the Final Fantasy was a good suggestion though. Like the Square Enix kind of collaboration, it would kind of like make sense, fit in, and be nice. Yeah, it'd actually be pretty nice. But Final Fantasy actually has a bunch of mobile games out there already, so I wonder if that would affect them wanting to collab or not. Because they have like what do they have, like Brave Exvius? They have like Dissidia. They have like a bunch of other of those mobile games that are
War of the Visions, Record
Are they still
Keeper, and
pretty
there's one
popular?
other one.
I know
Yeah.
Tyler used to play them.
yeah.
They're
I
okay.
played a couple of them.
Dissidia is less popular, but Brave Exvius still does okay grossing wise, and
Oh.
War of the Visions is kind of in a weird place. And I have no idea about Record Keeper. I've never played that one.
'Cause it could be an
You guys
odd
ever
way
play
to
like
do
just like the regular Final Fantasy? Like I played like 4,
Yeah,
7.
PS4. I mean, a
9.
PS2, PS1. Yeah.
This might be blasphemous, but like I love the games and the story, but I don't like playing them. I'd rather watch somebody play them. I just don't like the actual like combat system and the tediousness of it. I just really like the stories and the characters.
Oh, I feel you. During the cutscenes when you were younger, it was like the best graphics ever. Remember? Like
Mhm.
Final Fantasy 7.
And now you watch it back and you're like, what is this?
Whoa,
is
so bad.
So bad. It looks
I don't-
so bad.
I don't remember which one I played before, but it was the Final Fantasy where it's all waifus. It was all girls. It was like Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy. I forgot which one. It was like
Final Fantasy
Final
X,
Fantasy
Lomao.
X.
I know I was 10. But it was the one was all X2. Yeah, maybe it was X2. It was on PlayStation and whatnot. Yeah, dude, that one was a good one. I enjoyed that one.
Oh, X2. No, I don't know about that.
Kingdom Hearts was nice as well, but obviously that would be asking for a collaboration with a collaboration. Right?
Kingdom Hearts would be cool. Yeah.
But Kingdom Hearts would be super cool. Yeah. That'd be really nice. Okay, just want to start off the podcast with some fun talks. Yeah, a little icebreaker, even though everybody here is very comfortable with each other already. But hopefully we see some more collabs in the future. I think they're gonna keep doing it. I think it was pretty successful. I mean, just looking at how many people were hyped about the Street Fighter units and the events and whatnot. I don't see them not doing it again, but maybe they'll do it 2 times a year next year.
We didn't talk about the most important collab they could do.
Okay, what is that?
The Summoners War X influencers collab with like Tyler emotes and IslandGrown emotes and Lucky Madman emotes.
All-time lowest sales.
Oh, whoa!
Dude, no lie though. If they put our Twitch emotes as RTA things, I think people would actually buy them.
Yeah, just like
Probably.
I would
Yeah.
spam Island W at everybody.
See, the problem the problem is that I don't know. I just don't want to feel naive, but I feel like it's the majority of people that play the game. They don't know what YouTube and Twitch is. Like, I don't know what the population spread is between like people who play Summoners War and people that are on YouTube and on Twitch, but a lot of people don't know who YDCB is. A lot of people don't know who, you know, Jubego is, don't know who I am, don't know who you guys are. Like, they just play Summoners War and they have no idea about content creators. So it would be a little strange, right? Unless maybe there's a decent percentage, you know, that are on Twitch and YouTube.
I'm sure after like doing many RTA battles this season, I'm sure a lot of people know who Thompson is now. Cause like I'm like, oh, okay, they pre-banned. All right, I got it. All right, you know who I am. All right, you know what monsters I own. Okay, you know me.
To be fair though, I think when you look at the top like 300 to top 1,000 players, I think a good majority of them actually do frequent Twitch and YouTube because they know like that's where they can see their competition. That's where they can learn things from other people.
That's not the player base though.
I know exactly. That's I'm just answering.
But I did start from like, you know, fighter 1, you know, move like anyway. All right, fine, get it.
Well, you are world famous, you know, SWC.
Worldwide famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
probably played Summoners War for like 2 years just on YouTube. Like I was like when Summoners War first came out, and then like 2 years later, I'm like, what's Twitch? Because somebody kept talking about FWA on Twitch, and I went there, and that's when I started meeting everyone. I think it was actually through Childish who sent me to Twitch eventually, watching his YouTube videos. Now I don't even go on YouTube. Now I just stay on Twitch. But I can imagine a lot of the other players are like that too.
That's how we
like
met.
anyone who touches Summoners War, it's kind of you're gonna default to YouTube before you go to Twitch, I think.
yeah.
And then eventually, like somebody sends.
That's fair, but I'm just like curious on like, cause like we don't know the numbers, but how many like active players are on every day, and out of those people, like how many people actually watch like YouTube and Twitch? So I don't think a lot of people would know. So if they made a collaboration with like influencers, it would be interesting, but I don't know. Like I don't know. We kind of gave the idea. I still remember like a couple years ago when we were with some of the Comp2us like, you know, higher ups and whatnot, and then YDCB was pitching his idea of, you know, selling his face in the game and like getting like like a revenue split with it, and they weren't very interested. So but you know, who knows, maybe times have changed. Could be something in the future that might happen. I don't know. But anyways, all right, great topic here. Gonna move on to topic number 2. Topic number 2. All right, everybody's talking about it. Triple Icaru, right? Everybody, triple Icaru Verd, triple Icaru Verd, triple Icaru Verd. Everybody's talking about Icaru, right? It started off as like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is interesting. And then you had people go, oh, this takes too much time though, but this is kind of cool, right? I know it works. I've heard about triple Icaru and whatnot, but now it's come to the point where everybody's like, I gotta build it because it's that consistent, it's that quick, and it's usable in so many different dungeons. What are your thoughts? Are you building it? Have you built it? What's your 2 cents on it? Go ahead. We'll start off with Tyler. We'll go with you, Tyler.
I'm not building it.
I'm definitely building it. I'm on verge of farming more determination runes and getting that accuracy artifacts. Yeah, but it's definitely legit. Everyone's doing it in my guild, so I'm jumping on the wagon a little bit late. Found my 3rd Icaru, so yes.
Yeah, the reason why I bring it up is because of the consistency of the dungeons, the widespread of the dungeons, and the couple variations that I've seen is incredible. Right, there's a team that I heard Seishizo was running, and people are starting to run that now, and it's ridiculous. It's literally 40-second, 100% necro teams. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even think I ever got that time in like necro B10. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But Tyler, go ahead and share your ideas on why you're not going to be building it or your thoughts on it.
So the reason I'm not going to build it is because I already have 2 Rauks, and I believe. So I've run and I've seen a couple team variations where you don't actually need a Icaru, or you don't actually need the light homunculus, depending on which one you pick. So you can do like Verd double Rauk Icaru, and then if you have a Teor that's already built, you can do that. You can run it with a Spectra, you can run it with light homunculus, you can run it with 2 Icarus if you want. But it really just depends. Like for me, the reason I don't want to run it is because I don't want to spend 327 dimensional hole energy building Icarus, where I could just be like farming more grinds, more gems. I already have the team consistently, like, right? Like if I don't need more consistency, I don't see why I should build it. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's worth it if you have extra determination sets. I think it's worth it if you don't already have 2 Rauks, and I think it's worth it if you just want something that's kind of like very straightforward and easy to build, right? Like it is good and it's very easy to use, but if you don't have those runes, it's hard. Pardon?
I don't think it's easy to build though, Tyler.
No, it's not. That's the thing. It's not super easy to build, but it's very straightforward. Like you just know exactly what you need to get.
Yeah.
right? Like whereas if you build like a double Rauk Icaru light homunculus team, like it depends on this. Like every unit will depend on the stats of the other unit in the team. Whereas with Verd triple Icaru, it's like your Icarus need this and your Verd needs to be over this, and then you're just good.
I mean, the amount of defense you need on each Icaru is kind of.
You need 3301 defense for 4-man pull-up.
Yeah.
But on contrary, I will say this: it's actually very easy to build. I'm gonna argue with you guys. It's actually easy, but it's hard. And I explained it a couple different times in my video. It's easy and hard just for the fact that the runes that you keep, you probably don't have. The runes that I have on my units right now are probably some of the most garbage runes you've ever seen on the Icaru team. And the reason why it's good is because there's flat defense. Like, it's some of the most garbage runes that I found. And I'm like, what? I still have these? On like old units, you know what I'm saying? Like units I didn't use anymore. I was like, what? I still had this.
Icaru's base defense? It's like 820.
800. All you need to have, assuming that you have max towers and stuff. I mean, I think it is hard if you need to get the defense here. It's fairly difficult, but the runes that you need are low quality runes. And with nowadays the way dragons are, I mean, blue runes will work. Literally, blue runes with defense will work. Purples, legendaries with flat defense, you wanted to roll flat defense on your 2/4/6s.
I think I'm more talking about like the amount of defense, but also like you also need the crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy on skill 1, right? So
well, if you were building the advanced one, okay, so there's two differences. There's one that's like beginner ones where you just get the defense and you have your Icarus, and then you build a decent Verd. The Verd even doesn't have to be that crazy, to be honest. And then you have the advanced one, what the end game players are doing. I've seen some crit damage Icarus, right? And to do that and have the defense is insane, right? But obviously you get a little bit quicker times. Right, as well as, you know, you guys are building some crazy freaking Verds as well. But yeah, there's two different ones that you're building. I think the one you're building, Tops, is probably the more advanced one. Really fast, really consistent. But crit damage Icarus are not easy to build, right? While achieving those defenses. Yeah.
You need the determination sets to do it.
Yeah,
it's,
you
like,
need
it's way too difficult without determination sets.
doing it right now.
Yeah. Nice.
I think I saw Shazu post something on one of his social medias that he's got his runs at sub 40 seconds.
Yeah.
To win the Icaru team.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. So he must be running damage.
Crit damage. It's confirmed. He's running crit damage.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of the team. I think it's at first I kind of wanted to see if it would settle into place and see if someone found anything better or something that's a bit more lenient on the usage of your resources when it comes to D-Hull energy. But I think the more I think about it, I mean, people built triple Rauks before or double Rauks before. So building triple Icaru for the long run isn't the worst idea if the rune quality is achievable. To be honest, I haven't really looked into it for myself. I'm pretty like content with my 1 minute. I think it's about 1 minute 5 or minute 10 runs. But I'm farming giants anyway, so it's not like it's something I need to focus on. So yeah, I've just been living in giants.
30% defense on 3 and 5. I believe that's what you need. Triple defense, 30% defense on 3 and 5 should put you just over. Assuming you have max towers.
If you have guard runes though, they substantially help you though. Like you can use any guard runes. So if you're already triple guard runes, it's actually pretty easy to rune. But triple guard, right? So you just need garbage guard runes that you have, or you know, double roll.
You also need defense.
Who keeps garbage guard runes?
I do. I had so many.
Are premium, man.
I had so many, dude.
Speed guard runes.
I have like a couple slot 6 defenses with like 70 flat defense. I was like, dude, this is so good, dude. Why do I have this?
Dang.
70 flat.
So
defense.
for the people who can't get, and this is probably I want to say this is probably the only super important piece of advice for people who can't get the accuracy that you want on every single Icaru. If you transmog one Icaru that has higher accuracy, it'll always move first. It always attacks first because it's faster animation wise. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, also another thing that we found recently is that if you transmog all your Icarus to the mech Inugami and you transmog your Verd to the skateboard Verd, I substantially increased my times. I was like, because I told you I don't have crazy runes on my team, right? So my DB10 was still running 100%, but it was on a minute 5. I changed the transmogs. It's like 50 seconds now. Nothing changed. The runes are the same, but 50 seconds. And I was like, huh? So yeah, mech Inugami and skateboard Verd. Yeah, it makes a big difference for the entirety of the run.
For me with the water puree back then. Like if once I transmogged the puree, like it was substantially slower. I don't know why.
The yo-yo skin is fastest for skill 3.
Yeah,
it was slower for me. All
right, what about you, Faraz? What's your thoughts on it? Have you built it? Are you thinking about it? Do you like it? Just your general thoughts. You probably heard about it, right? So.
No, of course I know about it, but it's just I'm probably like with Tyler on this. It's like I'd rather be getting like additional ancient runes or grinds. I still really need quite a few of them. I don't really mind 1 minute consistent runs. Well, the point of auto farm is so you can kind of get some other things done while you're farming. So it works for me. Plus, after I'm doing artifacts for like another couple months, and then I'm going to go into giants. I don't know if I'm going to think about dragons for a while. Maybe by then they'll do something. It'll be easier to get the triple, like to farm it. Like if it can be auto farmed or something, the dimensional hole. Other than that, I'm not really concerned about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It runs.
Yeah.
I just want to know who came. Like, I remember when the B12 dungeons came out and the Punisher's Crypt came out. I wanted to be the pioneer and the person that made up like the fastest team. So I was like moving all my runes around, trying to figure out a team that's like consistent and like fast. And I came up with some pretty good teams, and I was testing like all week. It's an all week process. But who in the sick mind comes up with 3 Icarus? Who's so brilliant to come up with
The
this
Japanese
team?
players, the one that came up with
Japanese
BJ5s. They came up with
It's
BJ5s
always
as
the
well, man.
Japanese players.
Yeah. Why is
Who?
NA always
Like-
so garbage? Just like Worlds. I mean, why is NA so garbage? Just like every other game.
Like, my
He
God.
goes from Worlds to every other game.
We always last, bro. Why we always last, man?
Like,
gotta-
that's so sick. Like, who's like, I'm gonna awaken 3 Icarus and just I'm gonna run this team. Like, who? Like, you're so good, man.
That's
Well, when the
that's
first
some,
video released, they only awakened 2, and then they had their friend had a rep.
Oh yeah,
So-
to test it out, to use
So
your
he
friend's rep
didn't
so he can
fully
challenge.
go 3.
But
Right.
2 Icarus.
He awakened 2, and then he had his
Everyone's
buddy.
running Rogue. Everyone's running Crow. You do 2 Icarus? Like, what a hipster.
You know that's the kind of player I would love to be able to be. You know what I mean? A player that finds the enjoyment and the tickling of the brain and mind to try to build stuff that other people have never done
That's
before.
what I'm
You know
salty
what I'm
about. I tried to
Yeah.
be that guy. I tried to be that guy, and then it didn't work. I'm like, whoa, this guy's a genius.
Some people have a lot of fun like figuring those out. You know what I mean? Everybody plays the game and enjoys the game for various reasons, and when it actually hits, you get such a crazy high feeling of like, hey, I came up with this team. You know, so that guy must be on cloud 9. Like, hey, everybody's using my team. See now,
That reminds me of that Tark team back then with the Giants.
triple Tarks or
Yeah.
whatnot, right? Yeah, I'm waiting for those to get 2-8. But okay, I'm gonna say this though: whoever makes the next team, right? Whether it's you, Thompson, Tyler, if you guys come up with a team, make sure when you come up with it and you make a video, you go, "Oh, it's called the Tyler," or "Yo, it's called the Thompson." You know, so people don't. So some people you get some credit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
If I come up with the next team, we're calling it the NA team. We're
The
putting
NA
NA on the
team.
map. We're
There
putting
we
NA
go.
on the map.
There we go. We gotta do it. I believe.
So
Because-
what would be the success rate of the NA team?
0%. It would look really cool and really flashy. It would be the most expensive pay-to-win team in the entire world, and it would still fail every single run.
Yeah, it consistently fails, right? Next, that's 5-hit, right? That's 5-hit.
Yeah. What's important is that we are consistent at everything that we do, regardless of how shitty we are at it.
True.
I don't mind that it's not copyrighted. I just like to be that guy that shares the knowledge. You know, just like, hey, I have the answer. You know, like I just like to be that guy. But
You can just hear it already.
The guy
Yeah.
that comes up with this team is a brilliant mind. It's
Did
amazing.
you guys do the new dungeon yet? The speed run for it? Yeah, I'm running the Thompson. Oh, you're running the Thompson?
Oh,
I'm
I
running
don't
the
care about
Thompson as well, bro.
copyright,
You know, like damn, dude, you know, you gotta put a title to that.
I mean,
But-
like there's plenty of RTA teams that look similar to like the teams I've been running for so long, from like Tableaus to Jeans to other stuff, and you know it doesn't matter. Like it just like I just want to be the mind that comes up with it, you know.
Yeah, true, definitely true. So overall, I think my thoughts for Icaru, personally, it's nice that we have a split of opinion. I was worried that everybody would be on the bandwagon, but I'm glad some people, disagree with the trip Icarus, right? A lot of pros and a lot of cons, right? It just depends on if you want to do it. It's an investment, it's a time investment, it's a resource investment, but there are many pros and cons. So there's no right or wrong answer technically. You want to answer?
The only thing making me want to do it is like 12 Devilmons. I could afford that. 12 Devilmons, I could do it.
You don't have to Devilmon them, by the way. Damn, you really build
Yeah,
it.
but he wants faster runs.
Holy,
Yeah.
you're
Wants
gonna
faster runs.
Devilmon them? You're
He's committed.
It's worth it. 12, I'll do it. Like If the price enough, I'll do
I'm
it.
starting to realize that there's two spectrums, man. There's me, like the more free-to-playish one. You just build it and you put garbage runes, and you got the people going crit damage with that defense, and they're devil modding their Icaru. Holy crap! Okay,
Dude, Thompson's
That's
got
actually
35-second runs.
12, man. Come on, like 12 double bonds, bro. Don't be stingy.
that'll be nuts. How about this? When you finish that, when you finish your team, would you share with us? We'll make a video together, you and me. Just those
Of
units.
course, IslandGrown. But I have like plenty of other, like, you know, from Shannon to like the Fire Fairy. I have plenty of other Second Awaken like monsters that I don't use. You know, this is like probably the best one.
We'll showcase the runes. Yeah, now I'll click on the Nefties and stuff like that. We'll show everything to you guys. You know.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, that's fine. I'm not competing anymore. I show everybody everything, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tyler.
Have you built Eileen yet,
Eileen?
Thompson?
No, not yet.
Who the hell's Eileen?
I'm building her.
Wait, who's Eileen?
And you're here on podcast saying, "Oh, I want to save up 300 dimensional crystals." Oh, blah 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 blah. blah.
I want to use her for RTA. That's the thing. I want to use her for
Got
RTA for fun. Okay, so the reason that I'm doing it, Thompson, is I'm out of materials to make the dimension or the ancient reapps. So I actually have to farm a 2A right now. So I chose to do Eileen because she's cute.
Okay.
Which one is Eileen? Can you refresh
The
me?
Wind Fairy.
The one
why
that
do we use it for
based on
RTA?
harmful effects and stuns every time. First skill.
And she has attack scaling.
Don't be smiling like that, IslandGrown. Don't be smiling like that.
Fuck the Icarus. Fuck the
He's so
Icarus. Yeah,
dumb.
I need all of my
Sorry.
energy. I need every bit of my energy. Oh, what, Eileen? The fuck? Hey, that sounds pretty
Look,
good. Let me try to
look.
fucking build
What's
that
more
shit.
important? What's more
Let me
important?
go build it. Eileen.
You're calling Tyler out.
Eileen.
What's more
Oh,
important
Eileen.
than all of the gems and grinds that I could get is the ancient reapps. Let's be honest. If I reap a 31 speed rune one day, it's better than any gem or grind I could ever get.
Oh, speaking of that, I just want to tell everybody. Okay, I'm gonna say it. He's gonna be really mad at me. I shouldn't be saying it, but I'm gonna say it.
What?
Why? Because I'm a G. Got his triple speed, quad speed rune. Finally, I saw in guild chat last
Lucky
night.
Pat. Lucky Pat.
Luckiest guy in the
Finally.
world.
Luckiest guy in the world. Triple
All
speed.
the-
Oh, wait, quad speed or triple?
Quad. It's 31 swift grinded.
Oh.
31 speed.
31.
Wait, 31, but that's with a 4 or a 5? If that's just a 4.
Plus 5.
No. Like it hit 5 grind on it already, or it hit a 4 grind already on it?
31 speed. Like when he upgraded, it was 31. I don't know. It could be 32.
It could be 32, right? That's what I'm saying.
It could be 35. Who knows? Yeah.
Ken says it's a
Kent's is
4. Yeah, so that could be 32. So that's a 27. Ooh, that's
37,
good.
Yeah. So
It was 27
luck-
base, Ken said. That's
there.
really good.
it's nice to be him right now.
Dude, he's got some of the best luck. God dang, dude. Don't
I
let him fool you.
know. Yes.
He's-
And he can't.
This
He's
whole
not
time.
to defend himself. That's the best part.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here though, but he's got that reverse psychology going on. You know what I'm saying? Like he's, you know, I see how he's been playing
Even
it.
better, he flaked on us, and now he can't defend himself. Karma.
No, he had some reasons. Family comes first. I always told him. So
The last thing with the triple Icaru though is, although I'm not personally building it, I don't disagree with it. I do think it's a good idea for most people. I think like go ahead, you know.
Mhm.
I only farm giants right now, so there's like no point in me even considering it.
Yeah, the nice thing for mid game players though, something else that we didn't mention is that now that you have like Guild Wars and Guild Siege, if you want to be competitive, you can like allocate your runes to that team, and that team clears 3 dungeons, right? Necro, Dragons, and PC10. And it's like it clears it 100% success rate and same exact runes. Nothing needs to be changed. So it's like really, really nice for that reason as well. So it might be good, you know, because sometimes you're doing FRR and you're trying to make your teams better, and like, oh, I gotta rune Giants, Dragons, Necro, you know, Punisher Crypt, Steel Fortress, you know, BJ5s if you want to try to improve that as well. It's just so many, so kind of narrows it down, which is kind of nice, really nice.
Now, you made that really clear. Me and IslandGrown just giving you shit for it because you said that, oh, save your energy, but here, you know, you and me, we like, you know, awakening monsters like Khan and stuff like that, you know, just to mess with like the game.
It's
and
fun,
stuff
man.
like
It's fun.
Here you are ruining up Eileen, you know.
It's just,
I want to
it's just a podcast,
try
man.
Shakan soon.
Yeah.
Let's see if that works.
Shakan's interesting. He's
You mean
hard-
shake and bake? I call him shake and bake.
Chicken bake.
Yeah,
It's
the
either
wind one.
the fire one is the cooldown one, right? What is
No, the wind one's the
Wind
cooldown
one.
one. I
The
think.
wind one's
Oh,
cool
the-
down one. Yeah.
The fire one is destroy HP, I think.
Oh, that was the worst.
Yeah,
okay,
fire
shit.
one is just fire one's just destroy HP. I 2A all of the options out there. So I mean, I'm gonna try 2A RTA Like I've got every single of the 2As done, waiting for new ones to come out.
Nice.
There's been, I think I've tried the Wind Werewolf, but he's really hard to use because he only has the second skill multi-hit. And the first skill, like it only does reset cooldown like for 1 turn, so you kind of need to get him positioned well in the team. It's kind of hard to use.
Yeah. One last thing here, I want to talk about this Icaru topic. Something that a lot of people are, wondering. I don't know why people got this conception though. Do you think Comptos is gonna nerf it? That's the big question, right? Oh, like I want to build it. I want to do it. Do you think they're gonna nerf it? What's your thoughts? Why?
Why? Why would they nerf it?
That's
They
what I'm
just make
saying.
more money. They just literally make more money. Why would they nerf it?
I'm okay with them nerfing it, but at least let you get the Devilmon back if you unsummon him.
This guy trying to get some insurance for the ones he's building, bro. Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy out here.
And your dimensional crystals as well.
You know they're not doing that. If they're nerfing, they're not doing that.
Then
dude.
why do you say it? Then why would you say stuff? I'm just like,
I just think
snowballing on what you
people
said.
say that they're gonna nerf it. I'm like, then why would they ever nerf it? They won't nerf it.
said it. You said it.
No,
just
I'm
answering.
saying because the community is saying it. A lot of people come in all the time. They ask me, "Yo, Island, this team that you did, I'm not building it because I think they're gonna nerf it. Like, I don't want to invest my time and resources because they're gonna nerf it. Like they're gonna nerf it soon." I'm like, "Where did you guys come up with that? Or like, where are you guys hearing this from?
Well, we are here to give the community and come to us ideas as well. So we're like, sure, you can nerf it all you want. Just refund the dimensional crystals and
No,
Devilmon.
don't nerf it. What the?
Okay.
Whatever you want.
They weren't nerfed.
Okay,
They weren't nerfed.
here's the thing. The misconception comes from the fact that Twins got nerfed. Everyone's like, the Twins got nerfed because they were too OP for speedruns.
Oh, Twins are still
No.
good.
Twins
no.
got nerfed because they were broken in RTA.
Yeah, they were so
in
broken
Guild
in
Wars,
RTA.
they were broken in Siege. The thing is, they're still good, right? If you're arguing like the Twins got nerfed from all the Twins attack together, I'm pretty sure that was just unintentional and they just fucked it up really badly.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Tyler. There's synergy between Laura and Icaru. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
Are you gonna try to like
you're gonna see
defense break, sleep him with the Laura? Is that what's going on?
Yo, I have Nephthys and Gianna. I do whatever I want, okay?
True.
I do whatever I want.
And he's got a Han too for the extra speed lead. Now you need a Woundsaw.
Yeah, they were so OP for PvE. They gutted them though, but they're still good. But there's also differences. Like let's say for a moment that they actually nerfed Twins because of PvE, right? I mean, they were easy to build too, technically, right? You summon it, you build it. You don't need skill ups, you don't need nothing. You just build it and you use it, right? And they're so good. Icaru, you're investing your time and resources, and it's limited resources as well. So there are some slight variations to that as well for building Icaru and building Twins. But to a certain extent, I don't think they're nerfing it. Think about the PR issue that will come up. Right? Is it going to be a benefit or a detriment for them? Right? That's a detriment in my opinion.
So from like a developer perspective, or even like if you want to talk about the publisher perspective, why would we take away something that provides dopamine to the player and also increases our revenue share? That just doesn't make sense. Right? You're spending more because you're farming faster, and you're happy because your team is consistent. And now you can consolidate your runes. So like there's no benefit for them to nerf Icaru team at all.
It doesn't impact PvP. It doesn't have a broken aspect to the other player base, like to everyone else, right? It's all PvE based. I don't see them nerfing a unit like Icaru because there really is no need to nerf a unit like Icaru.
It wouldn't be used for anything else. I'm gonna tell you right now. I built it when it first came out. I have the first Icaru in the world. There is ain't nobody else built an Icaru in the world, bro. We streamed it. It was like YD, me, I forgot who else it was, and then we streamed it, and then we were all building a 2A. Like YD did, of course. John Cena already built the Ryoke. I built the Icaru. I made the conscious decision to use my free energy that we had to build the Icaru. I did it on stream. It was the most garbage unit ever. And finally,
Brian, I understand that, but someone in Japan, it's you times 3. Someone in Japan built 3 Icarus. What the sick mind is that, man?
Crazy, man. Next level. But it took a while for them to devise it and figure it out. So,
But he still has been devised, you know?
yeah, I'm glad it wasn't
Well, I
people.
mean, some people built 4 or 5 Ralks for Necro previously, so
But
3
Rogue is actually
Icaru.
Guild War defense, all
or 5, but 5 Ralks.
it could be like Devilmon, not Devilmon, I don't know. But 3 Icarus, man. Brilliant mind. Hats off to Japan if that's who you're giving credit to.
Yeah, that's for sure. What are your thoughts, Faraz, on them nerfing it or anything like that?
I don't see it.
Not
'Cause
possible. Right?
it's like they said, the twins were OP in RTA mainly. I don't think they care that it's strong in Guild Wars, but because it was strong in literally everywhere, that's probably why they did it. But Icaru, like, you're not gonna have a. How much defense does he need again? If he was in RTA, 'cause the
3301.
requirements in dungeons is a bit lower, because you get 5% from the Guild Wars.
For your
Yeah.
guild buff.
It would
It's,
be
you need
like- You need a
3,301.
certain speed, that defense, and then it's gonna be pretty hard to do it. So they're not gonna use an RTA. So I don't think they're gonna nerf it. That's
I
my
think the
only
biggest
like,
part.
even without that, even if it was possible, I don't see them nerfing it. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I was asking you, do you remember how long it took you to figure out the defense since you were the first one ever to build it?
Me? I wasn't the
Yeah.
first one, but I did a video on it. I think Sean also covered it. But when we covered it, the
No,
defense.
I mean
amount
when you like the first 2As first.
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
yeah. When it first came out, oh man, it was tough to bring in the 3 units. I had to put like the best defense runes. Like the thing that makes it achievable now is because you get 200 flat defense from the artifacts. Back then we didn't have artifacts, so it was a lot less achievable. So I can see how the discovery of this was a little bit more recent, you know, making it a lot easier to rune up. And I think back then, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there guild buffs yet? That 5% defense buff? I don't think
There
that
was
was
not.
active yet, right? When the 2As came out. So that was new. But we got 5% defense buff, so from guilds. But if you don't have that active, then of course it's gonna take you a little bit more defense. But a lot more achievable, a lot more feasible for players to do it nowadays. It wasn't too difficult for me to find the stats required to rune it up. So, yeah. I ended up using garbage artifacts, whatever flat defense legends that I had that were garbage. I just used those just so I can keep those legends and be like in the future be like, oh, I have these legends just in case we can do anything with them. But I doubt we're gonna be able to do anything with the legends. Just me being careful or just trying to be 5-head. But we'll see if it turns out to anything.
I know a big part of how come the twins got nerfed too was because like in RTA, like they were not accessible to everybody because you need the partner Martina. A lot of people just summon like Shina but no Martina, so it's like there's a lot of complaints going around. But at least Icaru is accessible to everybody, you know, free to play, pay to play, everyone gets it.
Yeah, and Verd now, right? Because Verd also fusible, so very simple. For sure.
Yeah.
All right, great discussion here on the triple Icarus, the triple dogs. Let's move on to topic number 3. Topic number 3. All right, this is the one that I guess you're excited about, Thompson. Really, recent balance patch. What did you test out? What's OP? What's garbage? Tell us.
Me, Furious, Lucky, and Tyler were all very excited about this, right?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait. What about me?
For
Wait, what
sure.
about me? Why?
And you too, Brian. What have you been playing with, Brian?
Wait, why wouldn't I be excited about it?
What have you been testing, Brian? Of course you are.
What?
What have you been testing?
I tested Rashid, the Dark Apekian priest.
How was it?
I used it wrong, but it's not that good.
How did you use her wrong?
I tried to do one shot with her.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm just trying to have some fun, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, if you got damage, bro, if your skill says great damage, bro, I'm gonna try to one shot, but I think it works better in like a bruiser comp in Guild Wars, to be honest. But anyways, tell us what you're excited about, Thompson, then, or everybody excited besides me is excited.
I tested a few of the units. Praha's pretty good. Like sometimes like you could run it with like Gani, Fran, Praha type of team, and it pretty smooth. You know, Chung Pong I feel like is like SSS class. I love Chung Pong.
Yeah, he's
But-
up there.
Huh?
He's up there for sure.
Well, tell us why. Tell us why. Like, why is Chun Pung up there? I mean,
If you're using Chung Pong, because I'm using Chung Pong as a like an AoE stripper. But if you're using Chung Pong as an AoE stripper, just expect it to only armor break like strip like one unit. And then like once there's that little hole and armor broken unit, then you go in on that one unit and kill it first.
so you
Yeah,
use
yeah.
it strips
You
defense
use
breaks,
it
right?
as like an AoE stripper. You use it as kind of like a single target stripper, even though like an AoE strips.
So would you run him like after your Chiwu at the moment, for example? 'Cause he'd be like your second stripper option, right?
Well, then they kind of ban your Chiwu, and then you're like, okay, then you have to deal with will runes, you know?
yeah.
That's kind of YOLO, isn't it? Because you're going into a team, you're using him as your stripper, and you're banking on one strip, but you can't choose who you strip. Wouldn't you rather just bring in a single target stripper that can strip?
Good
Yeah. Tell me more.
Good question.
I'm
But
interested.
usually an armor broken unit could be a dead unit on first turn. So then it glances and armor breaks, so
Are you running it on Swift now?
Fair.
or you run it with Ganymede, and once you poke that little hole, you could reset one unit at least,
Right. And Ganymede actually does good damage on S3 on a defense broken unit. So
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, sometimes you get lucky and you like actually strip everything, but you're like, whoa, when it strips everything, you're like, whoa, what just happened? Like this guy's like really unlucky,
So you don't worry about your S3 then. It's all about the S2 setup. And if you have S3, you just use it later if it's like a bonus.
Usually, if S3 lands, like 80% of the time you win the game.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like it's big. They attack bar pushback and cooldown. If it lands, most of the time you win.
What slot are you drafting it in? Like a 3? Maybe a
No,
3-4,
you
or
go-
is it slot 5?
Slot 2 to slot 5, man. It's pretty
Yeah, you can-
awesome monster.
Wow.
The strip defense break threat kind of gives it enough pressure to be picked in 2 to 3, right?
Well, if you think
If
about
they
it,
don't
like
have the
that-
defense break, can you really pick it there? I don't think so, right? I guess maybe if you have Gianna pressure, like you chew Gianna, Chongpong, stuff like that, right?
I know Furious wanted to say something.
Yeah, if you think about him as like, you have 3. Let's say you have a minimum of 3 Swift units. You ruin him your 3rd speed, and your first 2 are your strippers. So let's say you picked all 3 in that match, and your Chopong, whatever, the
Chongpong.
Wind Art Master. You have him going 3rd, but he's like 1 speed behind. So if you're, let's say in the case of a Chiwu, Gianna, Changpong guy. So if he's moving 3rd, he's very versatile between additional stripping if, let's say, Chiwu fails or Gianna, there's a chance.
Uh-huh.
Or you follow up with the skill 3.
Oh.
Like it's like
Actually,
you can't go wrong.
Huh.
Like he
actually disagree with Furious bringing
No.
like triple AoE strip as in and putting him in that area because no one's gonna spread their legs and let you triple AoE strip them. So yeah.
But
Right.
what do you draft
No,
against
but-
that though? But that's in a rare case where they have Gian as well, right? Furious.
well, not just Gianna. Like you can say Triton, for example, as well. If you want to
Enough
go Chiwu,
damage,
Triton,
though.
and then the Wind guy as well.
Like I said, no one's gonna
it's a
spread
lot
their
of
legs
control, and you bring defense break.
Triton them.
Mm.
And you have 3 units, like it's say like Chiwu, Triton, Chopong. All 3 of them push back attack bar. You got Triton for silence, you got defense break, you got glancing, and you have Chiwu for speed lead. That's 3 things covered.
I feel like that is kind of unrealistic, don't you think? To be able to
That
pick
is
Chiwu, Triton, and that, like, unless you have, even if you have Nephthys pressure, like you can take things like you can take Juno, Verd, and Leo, or Juno, Verd, Molly, and that's like really hard for you to fight now. And if you go damage focused on your last 2, like your last 2 units are really heavy damage dealers, people will pick a Bellio to counter it because you can't actually one shot anything. And Fire
Well, it
Monkey
depends
King's
on
also really
how
good
the
against that.
class goes. But like it's a combo I think could work. Like I'm not saying that's a constant thing you're going to be drafting, but it's something you can go into because he has that backup. Like because you have 2 skills that are relevant. If at least he doesn't strip, let's say you have a stripper ahead of him, setting up defense break is pretty good. If you have a stripper ahead of him, you have skill 3 to push back. If it comes to that, like that's why I think he's pretty good.
Wow, he's actually kind of nuts. Wait, he puts glancing, strip, glancing, and defense break. Each one has its own accuracy check though, which is kind of man.
It's like
But
75%.
75% with skill ups to strip, to put glancing, and to defense. Wow, it does a lot for an S2. What the? This might be one of the better S2s in the game. What the hell? Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a SS class unit. Like what do you guys think?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of counters coming up now. I just
Oh, of course.
I just wish they
that's
So
Yes.
I think like Water Art Master is a little bit underrated when it comes to countering all these stripper-based comps. And I'm just still waiting for the day they allow us to finally use Water Ryu in RTA because I think he will counter this meta quite heavily.
Lucky, have you tried Hey Gang? Am I?
I don't have one yet. I wish I had one because I think he counters this meta pretty well.
Because I have built a Hey Gang, and when I did bring it in, it didn't work because like the efficiency is like 110. All right, so it's not super good, but it's not super bad. But it doesn't deal any damage from skill 1 or skill 2.
Yeah,
and B, like I feel like the second skill should be armor break and glancing.
I think it should be the same. I think it should be the same as the Wind Art Master. I think he needs to have the same second skill. They didn't get to buff him as well. They didn't buff him. They didn't buff Water enough. They made him a threat to take turn 1, but then that's it. He doesn't do anything after that, right? He's got nothing in the first skill, nothing in the second skill. So he's still missing a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say he's just missing a little bit, but I think he just guarantees the cut, and that's about it. Which I think is right now like a weaker Water Ryu. Because Water Ryu has the pushback, right? So, yeah.
It is very underwhelming because sometimes mines will cut and then it will skill 2 and it'll strip nothing. It happened like 3 times. I'm not reading him right or something.
Yeah, no, I think they also need to make him the one that has 100% strip rate on second. I think that would be nicer for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last thing was in the right situations, I think him and Verd could kind of counter the wind Artmaster as well.
Because it's paired up with Chiwu, and I feel like those units are like typical standard picks against Chiwu, right? You got Verds, and now
correct.
Water Artmaster is like pretty much a direct counter to Chiwu.
Well, I think the Water Artmaster doesn't really work too well against Chiwu because the pushback, so the attack bar pushback also, like it kind of counterbalances with the attack bar gain that's given as well. So you just got to remember that. So
but I kind of have a conflicting thought on that, right? It's because like Chiwu is it Chiwu 2 accuracy checks? It's a strip check and then it's a reduction check, right? So that means that it has more chance that there's a chance that it strips and doesn't reduce, right? And in that sense, Heigang always boosts. If you strip, he 100% boosts. So it actually can mess your opponent up a lot because you're not going to get that pushback every time. And if you strip and don't get the pushback, you're screwed. And if you strip and you get the pushback, you can still be screwed because he gets the attack gain back. So he actually could go above the units that your opponent has. So that's why I felt like it was still kind of a counter because it was like
it's still definitely a counter. It's still like it's really strong against like I think against Windsor and against Gemini comps because there are a lot of Geminis running around, so it counters those really well.
Oh yeah, Gemini, that's right.
Yeah, definitely because people are running Gemini, so I mean it's good against those. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see more of the Water Artmaster being used. I feel like there's a way to use it to like trip up your opponent. I think it's a nice switch up. You know what I mean? Like it's just something they're not used to. So want to see it tested out a little bit more. I still have hopes for it.
I don't like that unit. Yeah, I feel like it needs like one more buff before it gets better.
One more buff, and I think it needs to be on either the first skill either needs to do a little bit more, or I think firstly the second skill needs to be 100% strip, but I think the first skill needs to have something added to it. It just doesn't do enough.
Not to be greedy or anything, but all the Art Masters first skill are kind of no good. I hope they do something about it. If not, it is what it is.
I mean, it's kind of nice, is it not? Like being able to reduce attack gauge because you screw up your turn order, right? Like your opponent's running Ganya Thor or whatever, like, you can mess up their turn order, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It's anytime you can manipulate your opponent, it's kind of big, no? Like even a Hathor, right? Hathor, you can manipulate which one attack gauges, so you can mess their turn order up. They can't defense break before they nuke, like.
It just has some type of debuff or along with it or something like that.
Yeah, it's an attack bar pushback, right? What if it was an absorb like Triana's? I think that'd be fun.
Absorb would be fun.
Triana also has speed scaling onto that too, on top of everything else.
Absorb could be pretty good.
Yeah, you can play absorb. Yeah,
perfect.
I like that.
It's what 30% reduction.
Yeah, it's 30% reduction. So they just reduce
30% reduction with a 15% attack bar absorb would be fine, I think.
Good idea.
Yeah, but it's only a 75% chance with skill ups.
That's a pretty. I feel like that's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, and I think the multiplier is not bad too, right? For the S1, like if you're on crit damage, but I mean, I don't know. How do you have your Chunpong build? I'm curious on that, Thompson. Is it just similar to your standard Chiwu and stuff like that kind of tanky-ish build, or you have a crit damage build?
I feel like crit damage is the way to go. However, mine's on speed, HP, accuracy, and when their armor broken, the damage is decent still. So yeah. I needed the speed and accuracy, so like that's what I was prioritizing.
Right.
I think when you're building a Chunpong, just make sure the speed's right and the accuracy's right, and once you got that, HP, crit damage, your choice.
Did you remove your Jagun in this one? Because effectively you could almost run your Jagun set, couldn't he?
No, my Jagun's on Swift, so yeah.
Okay.
I just use it for fun, but Jogun, Jogun's Jogun.
Yeah.
All right.
I know you've been
what other units? Oh, Bale. Yeah. Tell me how that. You have Nephthys. So is that interesting?
I mean, dude, I have like I don't know how you guys have your Firas. Like I have 70% accuracy on Bale. Okay,
Yeah.
Doesn't land.
is it not enough?
70. I don't think he should have an accuracy requirement because I fully skilled him and built him in everything. And the only skill that, like, the only debuff, because the dots don't need accuracy. It's the herb people are calling it. What does that stand for again? I don't remember what it stands for. Anyways, the
Block
cleanse
cleanse.
block.
Just call it block cleanse.
Block cleanse or cleanse block.
Tomato.
Yeah, the block
I'm
the
harmful effect blocker.
But
yeah.
because one skill needs accuracy, you kind of it just lowers the overall efficiency on him. Maybe as a Nefties user, you could use him like on Swift or like a really good violent set, but I hate the fact that it needs accuracy on it. 70 should be good.
You, bro, put it on violent. Oh my god, it's so fun.
I did have it on violent. I had it on violent with decent
so
res
good.
against Hathors, because his skill 2 cleanses sleeps, right? And gives
Violent
you-
is going to go.
So I wanted more res, but at the same time I want accuracy, I want damage, I want tankiness.
Question.
I think if they just take out the accuracy requirement, because it's only one skill that needs accuracy. Like
I think you should take out the res because mine's have like 15 res. I don't know, but I'm not really bringing it in to counter. There's better options than Bale to counter Hathor.
If you're trying to counter Hathor, would it be better to just make him like a tank with
Yeah,
accuracy
but
and
Fira's
not build him on
better,
damage?
man. Fira's like uses units no one uses. Come on now.
I'm trying things out. Okay, this is from my testing what I was trying out, because I wanted to show people you can use them against Hathor, but
And same here. I'm testing Bale as well, and I feel like the third skill accuracy is really weird, man. Sometimes like I'll bring it in to have a purpose, serve a purpose, and it misses like a cleanse block on Juno, and I just lose the game. Like it's like whoa, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
I think they should remove the accuracy requirement, and then he would be really good.
Yeah,
Either
it's a new
remove the
Nefties.
accuracy requirement or do like a 2-turn, not a 1-turn.
I tried. Well, I can try 2-turn because Nyx can extend it. It has very little benefit. You can, because he doesn't really lock them down from cleansing, because they might as well cleanse if they have 2 cleansers on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's say if they're running Fran and Juno, you have a 2-turn buff block, cleanse block. If Juno self cleanses, because it doesn't reduce it down to 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Voice crack. It takes off the whole thing. So it being at 2 turns didn't do much unless they changed the mechanic.
Must be nice having a Nyx.
Yeah, it must be nice having a Nyx that actually works against Gianna's now, right?
It doesn't. Oh yeah, there's that too.
They fixed that.
Works
Right? They fixed
better.
it was something wrong though. There was something wrong. Like, did you have the revelation? If you guys don't know, there was a weird interaction with Nyx and Gianna. The Nyx wasn't working as intended. Yeah, Faraz was very adamant that he's like, this is not working. This is not working. And finally, they fixed it. So
Let's not forget Nyx got nerfed too, and then buffed, and then nerfed. Yeah.
He's been nerfed the whole time. He's never been buffed. Just want to be.
It's never been buffed?
No.
Okay, it got nerfed. Yeah. Now
He was
it
only
lost
nerfed.
strip on skill 1, right?
Yeah, and then they increased his I call it negation. His negation rate of debuffs by 10%, so 20 to 30. Tiny bit increase I've noticed since that happened, but the loss of strip is huge on the kind of comps you would draft him in. So
I mean, the one benefit you get is that your negation is literally like it's just guaranteed negation. You know what I mean? It's a flat negation. It's not an accuracy res negation.
yeah,
Everything in the game is an accuracy res check, right? But the negation is not accuracy res check. So that's your kind of your benefit as well. So in why it's kind of consistent, right? It actually feels like 30%. Everything else in the game is not. Like anything that says 100% chance to land, it'll land, right? Unless you're Nefties, unless like it's only certain mechanics in the game that are 100% or the percent that they said or perceived. So even like Chun Peng we talked about was 75%, right? It's not 75%. If you do the math and you calculate it all out, it's 75% max. But with accuracy res, you're looking at like the actual chance things land way lower. So I mean, something to consider.
50, or 40 even, I think. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, we're not here to talk about Nyx. But for Bale, I think if
Sure.
they take out the accuracy requirement, it's a lot better. I think it would be a lot better. And like that's all he'll ever need. Take out the accuracy requirement.
Yeah. Does make his leader skill a little redundant though with accuracy. That's the only issue though. So they can change that as well.
Oh.
That'd be nice.
Just make it a speed lead.
Okay. Okay.
It'll be balanced. What do you mean?
It won't be unreasonable, but it will be very unreasonable because he's an attack bar booster as well.
I know. That's why I want it, but
I
It'd
think
be
you make
pretty-
it. Don't you make it HP lead to balance it out? It makes him a better bruiser.
no, the wind one. The wind guy has HP.
Yeah, one of them's already.
Does anyone have
HP lead.
defense lead?
Yeah, the dark one. I mean, the light one has defense lead.
You
The
give it the
dark
same
one
lead
has
as the dark
attack
one.
lead. Wind one has HP lead. Water
Just
one has
double up.
res lead. Yeah.
Actually, you could just give it. I mean, I was gonna say you could just give it a global lead, but I think you could just double up on one of them.
You could just give a crit rate lead. I mean, crit rate lead's always out there. There's nothing wrong with that. So,
That is an option.
yeah, crit rate lead and also awaken to the 15 crit rate. Oh my god, easiest crit damage unit to root in the game. Oh man. Okay, so it seems like Bale's just not consistent enough, right? That new debuff, that new mechanic is just not worth it enough to kind of set up for. But it's nice to see that they made a unit with a new debuff. So that means that other units that get buffed or other units they make in the future can have it as well. And in different settings and different skill sets, I think it can bring some value. So curious to see how that goes.
We can also touch up on Ethna a little bit because
Yeah, let's talk about how they just like Kanto's got something for Ethna, man. That's the new poster child right there. Like Artemil is no longer, when you guys play Summoners War, you click Summoners War, it's not gonna have Artemil anymore. It's gonna be Ethna's face, bro. Because they keep buffing that unit, bro. That unit's buffed like 50 times. What's your thoughts on her? I mean, she's good. She's amazing.
I
isn't
just
she?
want to know why, other than vigor. Like vigor's the only reason I would think they did that. But like I'm trying to think like logically, why would they give her strip steel? And I can't like really like think of a good reason.
I think
Like the meta
the reason that they gave her strip steal is so that people can run her faster without will and not force her onto Swift. Because like running a violent broken or like a despair broken Ethna makes more sense now if you're really fast. Like if you have those runes to use, you can utilize them way better. Before it's like if you're under 305 speed, like you have to be on will because you're gonna get reset by a Ganny and you're gonna do nothing for a turn and a half, two turns.
you
And
see
if you're
that
not on
every-
violent, it's even worse.
You see that every week, Tyler, but I still feel like Ethna is better on Will. You know, even if it's 300 speed. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just think
Will is always
it opens
super.
up options, right? Like I'm not saying it's better or worse on or off will, but it what I'm saying is like the change to that skill does open up potential for different builds.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it keeps Ethna safer. So I mean, like everything about her is insane. Her kit is insane. Skill 2, skill 3 now is nuts with the two different buffs that they did to it. The base speed is nuts. Like it's good against the water units, which like we said, vigor and stuff like that. So it's so good now. It's a safe turn 1, right? You get immunity. You steal immunity. You don't have to worry about getting bombed or anything by anybody.
It could be a safe turn 1 unless like you meet that awkward situation where they have like Fran and Daphnis, which happens pretty often, and then you strip a buff and then Daphnis goes. You know, it's like a little awkward.
True. Unless you 5-head, and now we get, instead of like 100 res Trianas and Frans, we get 100 res Ethnas. You know what I'm saying? Like off will, like Tyler's saying. 100 res Ethna.
No accuracy.
That's next level thinking.
Okay.
That's
no
it?
crit rate.
We don't need
No
will anymore if we're 100 res. You know? So,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No crit rate, no
You like
accuracy.
that?
To resistance. I like that.
You like that? I mean, how much accuracy do you really need? How much accuracy do you really need? She's not an 85 accuracy unit. You know what I'm saying? She has multiple
Yo,
checks.
accuracy
So.
goes a long way with Ethna.
Right.
It
Artifacts.
depends
can
what
do
you draft her
artifacts.
for, really.
Yeah.
If you draft her like against like the tankier teams that are going to be higher resistance, yeah, running like 60 plus accuracy is really nice. If not, I feel like 30 to 40 is comfortable.
Tyler, Brian's just trolling, man. He's just like, what if you make a max accuracy Ethna?
No, max resistance. Ethna. Yeah.
Max resistance, yeah, sorry.
I'm just throwing ideas. You never know. People do it. People test it out. It works. It works. All right. Any other units? There was a bunch of other units. Did you test anything else?
Praha, dude. Praha's sick.
Oh yeah, we talked to Praha. Yeah, that thing's nuts.
I think we knew that because oracles are broken with artifacts.
Yeah, oracles are not broken. Artifacts are broken. Additional damage is redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous. It makes everybody into a damage dealer, right? Because when you're looking at a unit and you're trying to draft a unit or build a unit for your team, right? You go, okay, this unit's good for damage. This unit's good for strip. This unit's good for control. You know what I mean? And now you look for the units that already do a lot. For example, Praha and Sierra and all these units that already do a lot, right? Like Praha strips, heals, and now with the additional artifact, she's a damage dealer as well. So she just adds so much to the table. Why not take her? Same thing with Juno, you know?
I think it's
So-
the sleep chance that made her like actually more usable. Before that, she was just
True.
like a pocket pick that was like decent but not amazing, even
Yeah.
with artifacts. But like the fact that her sleep is going to 100% makes her a lot stronger because it gives you 1 turn of protection.
Right. And her sleep doesn't have a punishment as well, because like technically if you have immunity up, right, later in the game, there's no punishment for it. Unlike other units, like I've said before, like Tableau and Vivichel, right? They don't care. You're still gonna get punished for a strong skill. I think her skill 3 is pretty strong with very low punishment. So, or repercussions is the best way to say it.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also nice to combo with Josephine.
She's so good with Ganymede.
Oh yeah, she's a new combo with Josephine now. It's the free-to-play Vivichel Josephine combo, but it's free to play now, right?
Well,
Praha.
Yeah, except
Praha
you can't kill anything.
I used to run it prior to when she ever got sleep on her skill 3. It wasn't like, it was pretty good because when Verd first started becoming meta, I'm like, I need some kind of stripper I could use that won't double, or hopefully like won't proc the double crit from a Verd. So I started using Praha to strip. And Verd double crit me anyway, but I was still enjoying the mechanic of sleeping myself, and then Josephine takes a turn. Then I have a chance to control the Verd and go like that. But
That's true. You can
Now it's
manipulate the
even better.
battle at any moment. Like you're like, oh, I need my Josephine to go. S3 from Praha, right? No matter
Yeah,
the
exactly.
situation, and you
It's
can
really
you now
good.
can control it.
it's not a meme. It's actually like a really good mechanic. If you have a good Josephine, that
Right. You can
knows
strip
that
stun.
shit.
That's why. So
Yeah.
So standard Josephines, right?
I know-
They work really well.
From our topic right now, but it has
Go
to
ahead.
be. It kind of has to do with our balance patch. But
Uh-huh.
like, you guys kind of find like Molly kind of annoying, and I'm not talking about RTA. I'm talking about like just like Guild War in general and stuff like that. Imagine like the next Guild War tournament. There's just like, I don't know, like 9 towers, all like Molly XX, Molly XX. Like it's kind of, I don't know, man. What's like,
I'm
come
fine.
on. I might get shit on a lot for this because I know a lot of Molly lovers. I'm a Molly lover myself, but
You don't have
Yeah.
one though.
it's a problem on Guild War defense at least. Like, don't you guys do Guild War? Is it a problem for you guys or what's
There's a
up?
lot of mollies.
Okay, you're not wrong, but you're the one bringing up the topic of you guys do Guild Wars. The fuck, bro? Do you do Guild Wars?
Yeah, I do Guild Wars. Yes,
Since when you do Guild Wars, bro?
I've always been doing Guild Wars for the past 3 years. You guys, my guildies.
I'm just memeing you. You never like to talk about the guild content, bro.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it, but it is a problem,
But
man.
it's true. No, it's true. It's true. There's a lot of Mollies, and I've been seeing a lot of people have been talking. You know, I've been hearing talk about Molly. They've all been saying the same thing as well. It's a lot.
It's not like you can't kill it, but it just like takes a long time to kill it. You know, sometimes you just sit there. You're just like, okay, auto. I'm gonna go use the restroom and come back. Is the Molly dead yet? You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like it might not be a problem in RTA, but at least for Guild War, come on. Like, are you guys on the same boat as me, or what's your views on it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty annoying in Guild Wars.
It's a pain. It's a pain to deal with. It just
It's too
dragged
much
out every
healing.
fight. That's all it is. Like, it's not as scary anymore. I think it just takes a long time to fight. You can just eliminate the threat and then hit the auto, but it still takes ages because it's Molly.
You know, Calm to us won't nerf it because they want us to use Destroy Runes. That's why.
I think it's
They're like, we have to use Destroy Runes.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
they're trying to
they want
bring
you-
value.
Yeah, they're forcing us to use Destroy Runes to deal
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Molly.
yeah, I
It's
guess.
just not fun. It takes so long, dude. It takes so long.
I don't know, man, because I know a lot of people love Molly, and every time like Brian talks about like nerfing Molly, he gets like kind of like shitted on.
Man, I
But
talk about nerfing it, but I also talk about not nerfing it. I'm kind of still indifferent, you know.
Same game here. How is like Molly like not an issue here? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does Molly screw with Gianna skill 3? Or no?
No,
Huh?
you can't glance a strip, remember?
No, but the
So
stun
it auto
itself,
stuns. Doesn't matter. Auto stuns if you strip.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, because I heard Gianna's like one check, right? If one happens,
Yeah.
the other one's guaranteed. So
So
that's
the
like
strip
another
is
guaranteed in the
contact,
game.
It doesn't matter if the hit itself glances. Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious about that.
But it has to land the strip though. So I mean, there's still the act check on that. But then once that
Yeah.
hits, it's auto stun, right? So yeah, maybe they'll make changes to it. I mean, it's nice to feel. What do you guys think about the balance patches? It's nice to feel that every season lately, it's been a balance patch at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of nice. They're like, oh, end of the season, like, hey, you know, it's coming out. It's nice that we can count on it coming out a little bit more consistently now. We kind of know when it's coming out, so it's nice. I guess the next one will be beginning of the year, right? Which would be January when the next balance patch is, right after the next RT season. is our speculation. So we'll see how that goes, because that bounce patch could have Ryus, could have Bisons, and that's when they might actually see some light of day in RTA. Is they'll probably be allowed next year, beginning next year.
Yeah, I'm
Did
just
you
saying,
guys-
all of us that play this game and do like Guild War, and you're like in a tight match, and it's like a Guild War tournament going on. They have like a tower full of Molly, and you're like, oh, should I like cleave it or not? Like it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Have you guys tried any of the Death Knights? I built Conrad.
No.
But he's a bit hard to like.
I have
They
not.
half buffed him, but they didn't change the other factors to him. He still has weird things like I think he awakens into crit rate.
I just built him today.
But he's kind of weird. He's kind of hard to use. I feel like he's.
No, he
I
does
was
work.
trying to use him as like a tank, for Guild War. So get him low enough and then switch to HP and nuke it with like an Arnold. So you're using it into like Skogul, Vigor, Molly in a way. But it's just so hard to like get him to work. The shield's nice and all, but just a couple of procs from the other side and he just dies.
You're talking about RTA?
No, I'm talking about like Guild War content for Conrad.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna try him in RTA, but
Yeah, you're gonna try him in RTA. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know if he'll work that well
It
though.
will not work.
I don't think it'll work. Like people just won't tunnel until late.
it's special
Right.
week, so I don't care. I'm gonna screw around with it. But if what I just realized, I never realized he woke up or he awakens into crit rate. If they change it to speed lead, or not
Yeah.
speed,
Bro,
Sorry.
you just want
Speed
everything.
awakening?
This guy Faraz, dude. Don't ask it like
Just give
Faraz.
him
Like
speed.
ask for a buff, speed lead.
You know
That's
what's
Faraz.
funny? I don't even use speed lead. I don't even use it. I just want it.
Yeah.
Or give him speed awakening. I mean, at least it'll be a little bit. If you put him on Nemesis, makes it a bit easier for him to maybe cut and get the trade off.
Right.
From what I've seen on how his mechanics work. That's
Are you
all.
guys enjoying Special League?
Haven't done it.
I've
I'm not
been
as
doing it,
interested
like
at it. I'd rather have 20-star or 4-star under, man. Like I
Me
have
too.
not.
I wouldn't mind pre-ban with 20-star or 4-star. I think that'd be fun too.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I think they had that before, didn't they? I think they did that before, didn't they? A long
I
time
don't
ago?
think they've done that yet.
I've been doing it because I wanted to test the units out. You know what I mean?
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Fair. That'd probably be one of the reasons as well.
I've just been playing with memes. I built a crit damage Iris and a Jubel. I've just been having fun with that.
Nice.
Jubel is actually really fun, and it's funny because every time I use my Jubel, everyone goes, "Wait, look, it's the free-to-play Dark Bison."
Oh,
He just provokes every single turn.
It's not a false statement.
So what I do is I pick him with Vigor or Molly into Verds, and then I provoke the Verd because I have 50% anti-crit plus the anti-crit buff or the glancing from the Molly passive. So it's just really fun. And then when he revenges and he defense breaks somebody, it's just hilarious.
Yo, imagine Jubel with Nyx. Ooh.
Jubel also has 113 base speed because he awakens into speed. I really hope they 2A the Vagabonds because I would love to use Jubel and Darien in RTA.
Oh yeah,
Or like
Darian.
Royd. Royd would be fun too.
Do you think that they should reduce the timer for pre-bans? Like, just let you have some like recently pre-banned stuff, like a lot easier to access, and like make the pre-ban like a lot quicker, like 10 seconds. You know what I mean? I don't know.
How they implement that in tournament though? Would it be
Not
different?
tournament. I'm talking about regular ladder, because right now, like the one thing that deters me, and I'm sure a lot of other players, is like it just takes so long. Like, I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes RTA already feels like a chore for some people to do it. I've seen the complaints of people like, oh, I don't feel like doing RTA. But adding that in is just more time to have to wait to start the battle. You just want to play it. So why not shorten it? 10 seconds, right?
Just
And
make
have,
it make you have a list of favorites pre-bans.
right.
Yeah.
I think that'll make it a lot easier. Like most of the time you're pre-banning what you'd like. I think like creating an option, like a drop-down option for like going to your favorites. Not saying like it's the only thing you see, because like you might run into someone that you don't like, and you know what sort of comp they run, so you might pick a specific unit to ban of theirs, and so you might want to have to see the full list. But I think it should still start off with maybe your favorite sort of units that you want to pre-ban, and then give you the option to go back and see the full list as well.
I think it should be like a top 5. You take a top 5 favorite that you like to ban, right? And it puts it on your top bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after that, the bottom is still the normal, right? It shows your fire units first, and you can go to wherever you want. But the top has like your top 5, right? It makes it easier, quicker for the players to do it that are actually trying to, click it faster, and the match would go a lot smoother, I feel. So, I don't know. 2 cents on it,
I
guess.
want to agree with like the shorter time, but at the same time, like what Lucky just said is very relevant for the higher rank players. And for example, another one is like you just fight somebody and then you're like, oh, that guy just picked this. It's like, of that, what do I want to ban? Like, unless you've been thinking about this ahead of time, which most people don't think that they're getting the rematch right away. It's like, oh, do I want to ban his Chu? Do I want to ban his Yin Hong? Do I want to ban his Ragdoll? It's like, what do I ban of that? What is, and then you can plan your comp around it. There's just, I don't know. I want to say that there's a lot of variables involved with that. I think, what is it, 30 seconds right now?
Yeah.
So 30 seconds down to 10 seconds is a really short period of time. Sometimes it's hard to just find the unit you want, even if you have like a favorites bar.
Yeah.
I don't think the extra up to 20 seconds per match is not so bad. I think at the shortest I would make it 25 or 20 seconds. But I really don't think that shortening that timer is super significant.
I think the favorite would definitely help out though. Like top 5 favorites. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty quick. Like you already know what you're majority of the time gonna pre-ban, right? I mean, let's be real.
I agree with the favorites bar. Like a
Everybody
favorites
just-
bar or like recent.
Recent. would be
Recent's
nice,
not
yeah.
bad, right? And even if the timer is shorter, if the timer runs out, it just bans the most recent one that you banned for the last match. Right?
1
And then you
minute.
never run a problem, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, most people are pre-banning Molly at the moment anyway, right? I'm seeing so
Bastet.
many
I mean, for
Molly
special
people.
league, I think it's a lot of
Dude,
Bastet, right? Because
in lower ranks, people ban everything, like under the sun. I've seen some weird bans up until like C2 range. Like people are banning like, so anyone who pre-bans Verd, you just pick Chu. But like people are banning things like people ban Daphnis, people ban Triana. It's just like just some weird stuff out there. Like I've seen a couple people banning Masha. That's just like why? But then like once you cross the C3 G1 threshold, it's like every game is the same 4 bans, unless that person has an LDNAT 5 that you know of.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, it's always Molly in the higher ranks.
Yeah.
Are
I
you surprised
changed-
you see Molly in higher ranks?
I changed the
Nope.
topic to open discussion.
not
So
how it
anything
was.
you guys want to discuss? Yeah, we're on open discussion.
I just had another one about.
Wait, hold on. Fierce said something I really.
Go ahead, Ferris, and then Lucky right after.
Oh, I was saying banning Molly all the time. I don't like dealing with her in RTA at all. It's not just because, well, people say because I have a low damage comp, but there's like certain control mechanics. Like I don't use Hathor, right? So all my control mechanics are physical, you want to call it. Like they have a different kind of check. So I hate Molly because she seems to work better than Nyx. I end up talking about Nyx again. So I ban Molly so I can land my debuffs, but then I have to deal with the rest of the draft. But I can't stand Molly, so that's why I just always pre-ban her.
Damn, imagine you with a Molly too. What if you had Nyx and Molly? Oh my god.
I wouldn't.
I don't think you'd ever land anything. I don't think anybody would ever land anything,
At least
bro.
she has a strip though on skill 1.
Yeah.
I feel like you never hit that strip. Like when you want to hit it, you never hit it. But then when it doesn't matter, you hit it every single time.
All right, go ahead. Lucky.
It's what's the percentage on it? Like 50%?
for a strip?
Molly strip, skill 1. It's 30%. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's very, very low and inconsistent. So it makes sense if it's 30%.
But the chance to strip is just there, right? You mean just it's nice. It's nice to have that chance because let's be real. The main thing the reason she's there is just to be there. You know what I mean? She's got to be there.
50% chance for skill 1.
All right, 50%. Okay.
Oh, I was right. It's 50. So it's up with skill ups, right?
No, it's just basic. It just does damage with skill ups. I just checked it now.
That's kind of strong.
Yeah.
All they really need to do is make another monster kind of similar to Molly, and like the game would be just so toxic. Like imagine like they made
Why would
like
you
a
want
Street
that?
Fighter unit, huh?
Why would you want that though? Why are you giving the idea?
No. Why would they even want one Molly? That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
imagine they accidentally make like another unit similar to Molly and heals a lot. Like, imagine running Gildnir with Molly. Like, it's like, whoa, bro.
Good luck doing damage.
Oh, you pick Geldnir Vigor together. Just get buffs really fast.
No, yeah, but it's like, come on now. Lucky, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna talk about
Go ahead.
So, what do you guys think of Bark, the Wind, a Galleon?
In
It
PvP
does-
or PvE?
You talking about PvP?
PvP.
Like
I
Guild Wars?
guess
Or you
it's
talking
it's too
RTA?
one-dimensional.
Too one-dimensional. It's very much like Aegir, but with an armor break and a lot of attack.
No,
bar
no
control.
recovery though. No self-recovery.
No recovery,
heal. And
unfortunately,
no
no
speed. No speed gain. 35 speed is so significant when Aegir's skill 3 goes off.
Yeah, but it can chain a lot of turns though.
And
No,
no stripped either. No strip either is the other one.
The Wind Aegir is the Wind Trevor. What's his name? Logan? Right?
Logan.
Logan. Yeah, I think I was gonna build for Guild War content. I was thinking about building the bark to counter like all those Skogul, Vigor, Molly, just because like a wind threat kind of destroys that team.
Yeah.
So like Galleon, bark, and that. But yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' thought on what you guys thought.
So you're thinking like one-shotting the Vigor turn 1?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can see that. I can see that. You reduce attack bar too, right?
Yeah, you take
Well,
it.
if
Well,
it's
yeah.
done well. But...
It's skill 3 into skill 2 now, right? Defense
skill 3
break.
into skill 2. Correct.
What
he
did
does-
they change in his buff? I can't remember.
So they gave him 35% attack bar for each crit with the third skill.
Ah, that's what it was.
And
Yes,
3-turn cooldown, so you do third into second, and second also absorbs attack bar.
Hmm.
So you can absorb 2 sets of attack bar.
Because
through
his
the third.
skill 3 is the skill. It's a defense break in a 2-turn defense break
It's first
into a
and
skill 2,
second
right?
skill. Yeah, it's his
Yeah.
first skill and second skill together.
Oh, so it's a 1-turn defense break.
It's a 1-turn defense break. And then he can take another turn immediately if you get both the absorb attack bars.
Yeah, I've
And then
seen
you
some
still
people use
another
them in Guild
30%.
Wars before. So, I mean, I've seen people using Guild Wars before decently successful. So I think now with the changes, I mean, even more so. Yeah, as a win threat, I think he'd be a good win option. That's true.
Yeah.
He's actually probably a lot better in a Lunia B5 now too. For the people who were trying to use him before, he was a little too inconsistent. But I think with the extra attack bar gain, he'll be a lot stronger for that safe team. He was a faster variation of the Orochi Yen team.
Oh.
Yeah,
pull him out.
yeah.
I got him in storage, but I haven't built already. I used him a long time ago. I just haven't used him in a while.
I think Sean B actually has quite a bit of content coming out with that. He was asking me about it like a week ago or something.
Oh, that's
he's
cool.
building some stuff.
Sick. He's probably testing it out. Then look forward to see some of that juicy content, for sure. Any other topics that you guys want to bring up to discuss? Anything of interest?
I would like to petition again that we can finally take our dupe 6-star NAV5s and turn them into ancient crystals, please.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
why?
I've been holding on to. I have 3 savants that are 6-starred. I'm never gonna use the second and third one ever. I just 6-starred them because we couldn't do anything with it back then. And I thought it was funny.
Put on arena defense.
I did. I used to use triple PSOM Iris on arena defense, and then on arena offense it was triple PSOM and Praha. And now I just there's just no reason to use the second and the third one.
Yeah, why don't
for
they let us
anything.
feed dupe 6s? I don't get it. Like, what is the downside to it? Like, if the person is acknowledging they're down to lose the resources to make that unit and to get 300 crystals, why not let them? What is the detriment that you guys can think
Just
of?
add an "Are you sure" button. That's all you need. Just add an "Are you
Yeah,
sure" button.
I think they're concerned that people might feed something that they may regret, like accidentally feeding the
But
wrong.
you can
unit.
walk. Can you?
Yeah, you can walk exactly
Lock
right.
your units.
But we've
Like, if I have
seen
3
so
Praha,
many
I'll walk the
people.
one
We've
that's
heard
still
of people feeding
get
units
rid of the
accidentally, right? So like, imagine just feeding a 6-star unit that has runes on it. With that, like you pick the wrong one. You pick the one that you've got built versus picking the one next to it, which would have been the 5-star. I'm not making one.
I remember how much I was willing to make a dupe Nat 5 6-star back then versus now. Like now I'm like, oh, should I make a dupe Sierra? I'm like, nah, I'll pass, But like, it's because of the crystal, If they do have that implementation where you could feed dupes that are 6-star, then you'll be actually more enticed to make more dupe Nat 6s, Nat 5s, right?
Yeah.
I just want to feed my extra Molongs.
What? Why would you do that?
I want to feed
Because I
all my
built-
extras.
I built 3 Molongs back
wrong with that?
before the 2018 nerf because I was going to build a tower of Molongs for Siege.
No regrets.
Just use them for
Big
offense now.
Yeah, they
Just
just
only
sit
use.
there. It's so sad. It's just
How,
it's, they're
how
all
many?
offense.
How many dupe 6-stars do you guys have?
Oh.
Like
Maybe
dupe nav
5 or
5s that you've 6-starred that are unskilled. How many do you have? Just sitting there and you can't do anything with them.
I think I have about 15 to 20.
Holy that's a lot of ancient crystals, dude.
Yeah,
That's like almost 6,000 ancient crystals if you actually have 20.
yes.
I
You know,
feel so
but-
bad
but
for you.
actually,
Like,
I actually use them. Like I have I use Dupe Daphnis and RTA, Dupe Hathor and RTA.
no, but like, okay, what would you feed though? Like, how many would you feed?
I have like Rakans and Samathas and Camillas. Yeah. So.
Yeah, like I have 7 that I would just instantly throw away. I have 2
I've
extra Samats, a Molong, a Sierra, Perna, and a Rakan.
I have a
And an
Dupe
Anavel.
Ariel I want to throw away. Yeah,
I've got 9.
and Dupe Eladriel.
Would you throw away your dupe LD 5?
Oh no! It's being used. It's being used in R5.
Oh, your BJ5 team, right?
Very useful.
What about you, Brian? Do you have any?
Yeah, a couple of like Duke Vela that I made, Duke Hathor. I have a couple, but not that many. Not substantial, but I would like to feed some of them though. So yeah, I just don't get the reason why they won't let you do it. I mean, some people say in chat because you know you can't. Just so somebody, if you get hacked, they can't feed it, but it doesn't matter. Comptos can revert your account unless they want to avoid that. Secondly, I mean, you said it as well, right? You can just feed the 6 stars for EXP. So I mean, that's not really a reason to not allow them to be fed, right? Can't you just feed your 6 star to another 6 star for EXP? You can, right? You just have to confirm, right? So that's not a reason as well to not let us feed it, right? If they want people to not make the mistake, because anybody could technically do that. So I feel like too conscious.
I just think it's going to be something that they'll bring out in the future. They're just they're just sitting on it. I just feel like they're just sitting on that one. They're sitting on a few things, I feel, but that's one of the ones definitely for quality of life change.
We gotta bring these topics up though. These ones that we always talk about. There's other ones that we've talked about in the past too that are very important that they still haven't addressed yet. But more space. We need more monster space, man. It's so tragic, dude. It's so tragic. I see so many people, man. Not even just people that are whales, even players that are casual or free to play. They've just built that many units in the last couple of years that they don't have any space. You know, when they want to do summons or you know they want to build more stuff, they're limited on space. So it's kind of like
what Comptos should do is, as a prerequisite for coming out with new monsters, they should open up 100 spaces. Just like, oh, we're coming out with new monsters. There's an extra 100 space for everybody.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Every time, like 50 or 100.
Especially 4 stars. If you're going to be summoning and you're going to be keeping them, and you don't know which one to level up, you know, skill up.
So what I've started doing is, in preparation for all 2As, I no longer feed my 3 stars to Rainbowmon. I feed all of my 3 stars to fully max every single 3 star in the game. And then once I'm done, I will feed every single one. Never touch them again.
Yeah.
Because I need a storage space. I can't hold on to units and be like, what if that 2A comes out next? Or what if that 2A comes out? I'm just feeding every single 3 star to skill.
But you just don't have enough space when you do that though, even. So
Yeah.
I mean, we need more space.
Yeah.
Like we definitely need more space. And I think go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
You
you're
can
good,
finish
you're
what you're
good. Go ahead.
The 4-star thing that gets me is like, you know how in Epic 7 you can do the imprint system, so you could like double S something and then you can use the double S to triple S something later. We can't do that in Summoners War. Like you just have to hold the 4 and 5 star food and you're just like, this is wasting like 20 slots. It's like if I pull a Dover, I want to have the skill ups ready for a Dover, but I can't consolidate them into a unit to feed to the Dover later, right? Like if I could skill up my Malacca so he was like 1-off maxed, and then if I could feed that to my Dover to max skill him, I would, because that would save me so much space.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's what E7 has. That I think it would be a good suggestion. Yeah.
What if you could break down a monster into a Devilmon essence? So in the sense of like you could take a Malacca and you could break it down into a
Cobalt Bomber.
A Cobalt Bomber Devilmon. And
yeah,
you could put it in storage, like you could put it into the Rainbowmon storage building, and it was a Devilmon only for Cobalt Bombers, just because it would solve space.
Space, and that's
not
like,
bad.
it's like, isn't it better to? Just
but the thing is, I don't think they want to add more space, right? As long as we want it, right?
I think they should have more space. Yeah, as the monsters, as there's more second awakenings and more monsters, you just have more space. Yeah, that's it.
Another stipulation that they could make as well is if there's a lot of people that you know they don't want to like have that much storage capacity. I don't know why, but it seems like maybe they don't have that much storage capacity, right? They can make prerequisites. Like when you have 106 stars, you can go an additional 50 space or 100 space. When you have 206 stars, you have an additional space, you know, like prerequisites. So not every player can just open up that much space, you know, at the beginning. But if you have 6 stars made, then, you know, you should be allowed to make more, you know, room in your inbox.
Why would you not want every player to open up, you know, space? I think they should just have more space.
Well, there's no reason to technically have everybody open all the space, right? Because they don't need it, technically. So
what
about if there's an issue with it?
What about converting 4 stars to like straight up 4-star skill ups? Like so you get a 4-star skill up token. If you feed like 4 stars, you get a skill up to any 4-star monster you want.
It devalues the
I'd be
summon
down for
system.
that.
I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is like they come out with new monsters like String Masters, and you're gonna keep the String Masters in your inventory, like, and mess around with the good ones, but you're gonna feed all your sylphs or all your like vampires or whatever, right? But it's the new monster. They keep coming out with new monsters, but they're not in the space, right?
Doesn't that solve your issue though?
Yeah, that's also
Because it creates more space overall.
More space solves my issue. Like that's the best. Like I don't like to like take U-turns or drive around in circles. Just more space. Yeah.
I think the argument is if they can't afford to give us more space, I'd like for them to break it down. But if they can give, obviously, if we can get more space, I'm all down for that because I'm saving so many 4 stars for the LD counterparts. right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us would be doing that, right? You're scared to feed
Ileana, because I mean, for
yeah,
Ileana
let's say
or
Neostone agents,
Sylvia.
right? You're sitting on so many Neostones in case you get a Sylvia or an Ileana.
Yeah.
You know, for example, that's just one family, but yeah, you'll have a stack of those sitting in storage. If you could break those down, we're ready to go. That would be pretty cool. But if you can't, then well, give us more space because there's so many more monsters now.
Yeah, we've built so many units. We played the game so long. I mean, so they could just take an idea from E7, which, you know, has proven to work pretty well, right? Just let us feed, right? If I have like a 10 pirate captains, I can feed it all to one pirate captain. And the mechanic that needs to be added in is when I feed a unit that already has skill ups, whatever skill up is on that unit transfers to the other unit. You know, I shouldn't lose it. That's all. And it's not that big of a deal. And that actually would condense a lot of space, right? That would actually be several hundred space for a lot of players. Even the end game players that whale, right, and buy a lot of packs, right? You have like at least a third or more of your monster boxes all 4 stars, and they're just sitting there waiting. So just like it's an easy fix, I feel, to do it that way as well. What do you think, Faraz? You haven't said too much on it.
Water Chakram Dancer and the Fire Chakram Dancer. One is like 10 Devil Mons. One is like 8 Devil Mons because of a passive. So how would that work if you feed them to each other?
What do you mean?
It would just count
It would
for
just
the
count how many?
specific amount, or if it overcapped, you just wouldn't get the extra.
Yeah, you lose it.
So like if I had 10 skill ups and a
think that-
Shina, and I fed it to a like Talia that only needed 8 skill ups, then it would just max it out, and I wouldn't get anything extra back.
You lose the 2 that you extra.
Cool.
It's a fair trade-off. So it's something that you have to factor in, right? So
If they can't give us enough space, yeah, I think that's the best.
I think both would be good. I think both would be good. A little bit more space, right? Because I don't know how much they can feasibly give us, right? They probably go to like 1,000 in storage. I think that's like a feasible jump that they'll do. And then after that, give us this, new mechanic of feeding fodder, right? Just like we said, for 2As, we can prep ahead, right? We have Inugamis and stuff. We can feed it to other Inugamis and hold one Inugami ready for the next 2A that, if it is Inugamis, or whatever, mummies, or whatever it is that's going to be.
More important than that, artifact space.
That's new, so they're gonna expand it though. I'm pretty sure they're gonna expand it. It's just new, that's why.
I need more artifact space already too.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
I think the thought process behind how much artifact space they gave you is they thought in their head, okay, we're gonna give them a small amount at the beginning. We can upgrade it, give it more later, as well as since players need to put artifacts on all their units, they shouldn't technically need that much artifact space, right? But they've ceased to realize we got repeat battle system. We're farming. We're saving a lot of these artifacts that we're hitting and rolling good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we don't know what's really good or what's really not good yet for the first 2 months, so we're just keeping everything. Now we're too lazy to delete them.
Anything high efficiency you keep, right? Anything high efficiency. You never know. Did you have any input on that, Faraz, on any of the topics recently?
Yeah.
Well, Lucky brought up like trading in a 4-star for just a regular 4-star skill up. Because how long have the gargoyles been out, for example? And I can't even fully skill a single one of them. Like I've been summoning out quite a bit. I'm not getting skills for them. So I'm like, for the sake of making more space, and maybe if they can do something like that, I wouldn't be against it, just because I've been unlucky. And same with like String Masters. I'm still waiting to get the water one, for example. And even if I got it, I don't have any skill ups. As much as I summon, I'm not getting skill ups. So if it solves space issue, then it lets me play with the toy. Like I'm not gonna put regular skill ups in it. No way. Especially if it's not an LD. That's confirmed.
Did you get Street Fighter for us?
Sorry?
Did you get Street Fighter?
Yeah, I only got Water Ryu. I wanted all the Bisons.
Isn't that the best one?
That's what they say. I'm only gonna use an RTA whenever it comes out. It's gonna be probably January, right?
Yeah, next year.
So until we can actually play with it, I'm not sure how good it'll be. But is this skilling up 4 stars is pretty annoying for me right now. Even with all my summoning, I can't skill them up. And then we have storage space issue as well because I'm saving a bunch of the other units in case I get an LD, like we said earlier. So I'm on the same boat. It's like we need to do something similar to that.
The easy answer is give us storage. The better long-term solution is to allow us to break down 4 stars into 4-star skill up essence of that family. Right, so like my Malacca can now be broken down into Cobalt Bomber skill up, like we said. I firmly believe that is the better long-term solution.
I agree.
But more storage is always nice and will always be welcome. So come to us if you have to choose and you're like, we're only doing one. Just do one of the 2, please.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I liked your idea around stacking skill ups in units because I think if you can break it down, it makes it hard to like. You might end up keeping a lot of that information on an account, and it comes down to the same issue with storage space. So I like the idea of feeding it into a unit and leaving skill ups within a unit. So making a unit worth 5 skill ups would be pretty cool. I like that. That idea is really, really nice.
And it actually helps us again. Oh, go ahead.
The other thing with that too is people are arguing like, oh, that's wasting units. It's like, no, you can actually do that really efficiently. You can take a 4-star max unit. So let's say I have a 4-star maxed Malacca, right? And I feed 4 4-star Malaccas to it. Now my unit has the 4 skill ups plus the 1 base that it is itself, right? If I leave that at 5-star level 1, when I pull the Dover, I 6-star the Dover with that Malacca, and it's worth 5 skill ups. That's like, you're not losing any efficiency with that, so that idea does work.
Yeah, that's what E7 has. That's what E7 has. But
that's exactly what E7 does.
If they don't want what E7 has and they want to be different, do the essence thing, right? It can be different. You can be same, you can be different. I don't think there's anything wrong with being the same, right? When you see something good, you do it, right? It's the same thing. Every business, everything in life, right? You see somebody doing something good, something that's, you know, efficient, that's good. You do it as well. So, yeah. But they can make it their own as well. So gave a lot of really, really good options for Comp2us to kind of approach it. But it's something that they need to tackle, and I think they need to tackle soon, right? It just makes sense from you know, a business standpoint, right? More space, more people can summon, and from the consumer standpoint, right? You just want more space so they can just play the game. So kind of a win-win. But anyways,
we're expecting like 2 ways, probably in November.
I think it's this month. I think it's this month.
You think it's
gonna
going
be
to come
soon.
through?
Yeah, it's gonna be soon because it's late already.
I think
It's
it has
about
to
1
be
month
after the
late.
collab, right?
It's gonna be after.
Unless
After?
Why does it have to be
Unless-
after the collab?
because it doesn't make sense for them to overlap events like that.
It's not an event. It's just a releasing of the 2As. It's not an event. Right?
It doesn't feel like it's worth it for them to release a new unit that isn't related to the collab, right? I think it's just because I feel like they're drawing attention away from the collaboration is probably not in their best interest.
I guess.
I feel like I'm
the
agreeing
one
with
thing I
Tyler.
do know is
Solid.
that they confirmed that it's undead, right? It's an undead theme, and it's October.
Well, did
so
you get that confirmation?
I've heard it, and then I didn't get a confirmation from Comp2us,
So-
though, but I heard it from a lot of people, and I heard from a lot of people that they said they got confirmation.
Yeah.
And
So
the
they
confirma-
posted it.
Wait, and the confirmation is from Comp2us employees. They also said like Shayzu and stuff who stream and also work for Comp2us kind of thing. So I'm not sure if it's directly related, but that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
So
Sorry, just wanted to finish my
Comp2us did
statement.
post it. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you there.
Okay.
Comp2us did post it. They posted that it was going to be death related themed, and then they took it down a day later, which means it's probably true. But I asked a bunch of different Comp2us employees from the different regions to see like what they all said, and everyone gave me the exact same answer word for word. So I'm pretty sure it is true.
Yeah, they said Seppi from
Because it just
Comp2us said
seems
it,
like-
and Gigi from Comp2us also said the same thing, that it is going to be undead. So it would only make sense to be in October, but I mean, maybe what you guys are saying is right. It might be after collab, but I don't see any issue with them releasing. In that sense, that they shouldn't do Predator. They shouldn't do like anything else. They should only do the Street Fighter. I don't think it takes away from Street Fighters. It's not an event. It's not a main attraction. It's not a release of a new unit. You know, then maybe they shouldn't have done a balance patch either then, because it takes away from, you know, Street Fighter collabs. So I mean, I don't think it's an argument. I think
Well, we
I
can't
think
use
it's
the
coming out
Street
this
Fighter
month.
collab in RT regardless.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, balance patch takes away from those units. So I mean, that takes away from the Street Fighter collab, right? If that was the argument, but I think it's coming out this month. It's Halloween, baby. Better come out, man. I don't want to wait anymore, bro.
They
I've
just
been
gave
waiting.
us a mummy secret dungeon too.
True. Wait,
They
they
did.
just did.
Better
They
farm
just.
your mummies. Better farm the mummies.
That's true. They just gave the mummy. Yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's coming out then. I mean, that's the only. It's coming out, dude. It's coming out. I swear.
Could be
So-
at the end of October, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
I can see that.
Yeah.
I
I wanted to make a quick comment around the Siege update. I don't know if you guys saw the Siege rewards, but they got buffed a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Yeah,
but it was
Stones,
pretty
right?
significant. Sorry?
Stones got buffed, right? Instead of like 2 or 3 stones, like 25 stones.
Not just
or something.
stones,
And
but
then a
even
bunch of other
crystals.
things. Yeah.
I saw somebody get 15 scrolls.
Yeah,
What?
one of my guildies got
That's
10.
wild. Yeah.
One of my guildies got like 10
You
scrolls.
can get multiple scrolls in a single drop. So you can get like 3 scrolls in a drop, like on a single slot.
In a single slot. You can get 5 scrolls, I think, isn't it? Right, yeah.
That's crazy.
And I got like, for example, my box had 150 crystals. And I know some people have gotten more.
That's
So it's
crazy.
pretty
That's
cool.
nice. That's a nice. That's a
You
nice
can drop
bump.
a stack of 100 crystals in one slot. So that's pretty cool.
Are we okay with how R5 is?
What do you mean by that?
Like doing drop rates and
I'm for me personally, I'm not talking about R5s ever. You know why? BJ5s are perfectly fine. We're running 28-second, 100% teams. It's so quick. I don't want them to do anything with it. I don't want them to
let us
touch
craft
it.
immemorials.
I don't want them to think about it. Like, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is.
I want, like,
Oh.
if we take out like one of the drops, like if we don't, well, some people say you get the rainbow mons from R5 the most, but do you really need that many rainbow mons dropping from R5?
Yo,
Some
can we just
people-
get mana as a separate drop? Can we just like separate the drop table finally and have like
please.
you get something and then you get mana or crafting materials?
I'm not
That would
saying
be
to
nice.
take out blues. I'm not saying to have like some people are saying they want days where they focus a certain dungeon for those drops. But I'm saying like separate mana. That was number one thing probably, and then take out rainbow mons since we get them from doing auto battle right now. They
Well,
drop pretty good.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel the drop rates in terms of, I'm not talking about any of the junk stuff, the drop rates for when you get grinds and gems, when you get them, do you think the rate of the grinds and gems dropping are okay? Just the grinds and gems. They're okay? Like you're getting
Aside
them at a
from them
consistent
being
rate?
garbage.
Yeah, aside from them being not your Violet and Will, which you're looking for, which, you know, obviously there's so many permutations, but like they're dropping,
looking
right?
for
They drop pretty
They
consistently,
drop.
right? So
But
me
it's
that
like-
if they drop consistently, then anything to have to do with any of the other drops is irrelevant because that's a drop rate, right? For grinds and gems. Anything else, whether you're getting rainbow mons or mana or whatever it is, we can change that, right? Sure, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't affect you getting the grinds and gems. So I feel 28-second BJ5s and the rate at the grinds and gems dropping, and they do drop at a solid amount. If you count like all your runs and how many of them you get grinds and gems, you do get a lot of grinds and gems. So
I think what it is for me is I'm pretty busy. So I want to like if I have that time to do R5, and I do like once in a while, I have my time like I'm going to sit for at least maybe 2 hours and I'm going to just pound on R5.
Right.
I don't always have that luxury though. Like I'm pretty busy. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's busy to do too busy to do R5. So that's why I'm like if it was a little more efficient, like a little bit more. I'm not trying to be too ridiculous. I'm not saying increase legend or increase purples. I'm just saying separate mana, take out the rainbow mon. So when I farm, hopefully I have a higher chance of getting things I need. And I'm sure a lot of people.
I like the idea of pulling out mana because that changes the pool quite a lot. But I don't think they should change Rainbow Mon, only purely because there's still a lot of early to mid game players that need that resource to be able to work on units. And I think R5 is one of the better sources for Rainbow Mons right now. And they still haven't fixed B12. B12 still drops 2-star Rainbow Mons. They need to adjust that as well.
Yeah, I agree.
The abundance of B like 2-star Rainbow Mons is ridiculous. So I think R5, as long as if they pulled the mana out, we'd have a substantial increase in our mana pool as well. I mean, we're already selling blue star grinds anyway, but I'm sorry, blue quality grinds and gems anyway. But it'd be cool to be able to get some form of mana fixed. And I was actually, I know Tyler touched on it, but like crafting materials to craft maybe 3 immemorials a week would also be pretty cool if they introduce something
that's
like that.
excellent too.
yeah.
Oh,
So see, the hard
Ricky
thing
just
for
said
us,
something
the
I
hard
wanted
thing
to
for
bring
us to
up too.
extrapolate when it comes to drops and the information I always want to know. I mean, I don't think Comptos ever tell us, but the fact of the matter is when they're looking at runs, right? They have the information of like, you know, when players are farming in like 10,000 runs, what you actually get. And they're looking at that and they're going, okay, this looks healthy, right? Then you get this many Rainbow Mon, this many. For us, when we farm, like, do you guys feel the same way? You might farm in a day and you might be like, bro, all I got today was Rainbow Mon. You know what I mean? So that feel and making our assumption on what needs to be changed and what probabilities need to be changed is different. You see? So I would like to know some of the information from their end. Yeah, of like what the probabilities are of like getting certain things. I like to kind of know that because we can base it upon real factual stuff rather than, you know, just saying, oh, I just keep getting mana and
Farm
Rainbow Mons
logs?
all the time. Yeah, I haven't seen Sword Farm logs in a while. I'm actually curious on that. If they have it for
They
raids.
should be good. You should be able to set them. You can set them patch by patch too, so you could probably pick it up right after the auto farming patch.
Yeah, so maybe that could be a video idea that I look into is maybe breaking that down and seeing how bad it really is or how good it really is, right? And we can see if, you know, adjusting needs to be made. Like analytical stuff is what I want. Because I'm just tired of people going, I just keep getting this, so they should buff this. You know, it kind of like
to
bothers
put out
me.
a poll. You need to put out a poll to see what the Twitch related public thinks, and then compare it to the actual logs for your video.
Oh, that's a
You're
good
like,
one.
What
it is?
chat thinks about logs versus what the logs actually say. That
That's
would
a
be a
good
great
one.
video.
That's a
That'd
good
be an
one.
amazing YouTube video.
Right? It would actually bring a lot of light. Yeah, either A, we'll realize that we're super biased, which I think is probably what it is, or B, there is something wrong with it, and then we can suggest and, hopefully improve those rates for everybody. I like that. So it's a good point for us. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah,
It's
but
good topic
also like elemental rifts as well. It's really annoying farming that. I don't know if you achieve a certain amount of damage, like points or score, whatever, to drop only 6-star. I don't know if that's too not just for but like purple grinds and legend gems at a certain score. I don't know if that's too ridiculous, too much to ask for. I've been trying to get certain I spent a lot of time in rifts. Crafting tolerance runes is one thing, and accuracy sets. I stopped crafting accuracy, but tolerance I don't care about determination for the Icaru thing. But I'm trying to craft tolerance. I've been doing this like solid 2 years. I'm still waiting for a certain gem, like a tolerance speed gem, for example. Grinds as well.
I have 3 legends if you want one.
You have 3 legends.
Must be nice.
Also, H defense legend. If you have it, I'll take that as well. But
All I have is 3 tolerance speed legend gems that I'm probably never gonna use.
I'll use them right away. But that, I don't know if I feel like they're working on it. I feel like after they topped off Kairos. We have artifacts now. The artifact dungeon's added. I feel like maybe they're looking at rifts next, but I don't know. I feel like it's just my problem. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. I'm having this issue.
But Tyler, I don't use I don't use Sword Farm and stuff that much. But if you have that data and you want to do that, it interests you. We do another collab. We do some collabs from time to time. That'd be a fun one. We can do that. I think that would interest you.
I'm down. I love analytics.
Yeah, I know. I realize. That's why I always pull you in for those.
That would be so funny to watch as well.
Yeah.
This is chat's opinion. This is what it actually says, and then you guys just commentate over it. Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. We should do that. We should get everyone to put out a link in their streams, hey, can you fill in this quick survey for this analytics video that we're doing for the podcast related stuff. That'd be really fun actually. We can send it to all the content creators and everyone can fill it in.
With the survey and then just send it out, and then during that week while we're collecting the data, we just we look at the actual facts and then do something. That'd be cool. Yeah. But all right, solid podcast today, boys and girls. Thank you guys for joining in. Lots of great topics, lots of good suggestions as always. I appreciate everybody's time here. We're gonna put the link to everybody's Twitch channel down below. Everybody here streams quite a bit. Thompson might start streaming again. We'll see. But make sure you guys check all of them out. Make sure you guys leave in those comments. I'm looking from week to week, man. Yeah, the comment section getting weak in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, usually we get some great suggestions of topics and things you guys want to see, and hear on the podcast. So leave them down below. Yeah, and you might, you never know when those topics might pop up on the future podcast. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace out. See you.